HomeLoanExpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut one.
Plowhawk, when you would meet a woman, and of course you're a man in love, but when you would meet a woman and you're carrying the girth you're carrying, is that something that you bring up, or is it just a little treat they discover when you bed them?
I think it's a treat they discover, but I think females are smart enough to know the bigger the hog, the more confidence you have in conversations.
BDE.
Do you think that's a real thing?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Jackson's involved in the conversation.
Yeah, when you go in there not having to worry about fully what you look like and what you're saying, because you have the hog to back it up.
Right.
Doug, you have the hog to back it up.
By the time they find that out,
New T-shirt.
aren't you past the point of no return?
Well, if they find out you got a 2-inch wiener, you got a whole nother thing coming, and that's, that relationship just started over again.
Cut
two.
I will take a 5 on 11.
Yeah,
even though I'm not even coming close to hitting driver. I'm probably hitting like a hybrid or 4-iron.
That incline, man, that second shot.
Doug, it's the green. You want to hold that green? You want to two-putt that green, Jack? Okay. Have fun.
11's the hardest on the course.
Number 11.
In terms of.
We're talking about number 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Normandy?
11, Doug, yeah.
And for somebody that cuts the ball like me, you don't have a lot of room out
Let's
there.
pull up Iggy's tee shot.
Do you think everyone listening to us now lives at Normandy Golf Course and knows exactly or has any idea what you guys are talking about?
On one, you need to get it dead center fairway.
Yep. That's the key on one.
That's so much different than all the other courses. The lack of self-awareness in here is driving me nuts. We got the Blues now in 4th place, threatening to not make the playoffs, and I'm supposed to worry about what shot to hit on the number 10 hole at Normandy? I'm not. Oh, and here's a tip. Try to hit it straight. Really? Thank God for this kind of advice.
Cut
three.
Well, I hope somebody heckled the hell out of Tiffany Haddish's next show at the White Castle.
She's performing at White Castle.
You don't like her, do you?
The Hollywood Reporter listed Tiffany Haddish among the 100 most powerful people in entertainment in both 2018 and 2019.
No, she has been. This is 2022.
It's pretty
She's got a lot of explaining to do now for dramatic fall in the White Castle.
Where is she in 2022? You can't make that comment if you're not in the top 100 in 2022.
Guys, we need a poll on the Twitter tweets to see who has heard of Tiffany Horseradish, because I know I haven't. That's from Hammerin' Hank.
Tiffany Horseradish is a great name.
I had to look her up to see.
I had to look her up and see as well.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
FYI, parallel polyamory is different from the don't ask, don't tell policy that's sometimes practiced in open relationships. You says, in parallel polyamory arrangements, all partners are aware of the other partner's existence. They just have no desire to meet or hear about each other. Okay? You understand the difference there between that and the kitchen?
Not really. I've kind of tuned some of it out at this point. I can't take any more of this. Who's your Montaur? I don't know. Who's the Centaur? Who's getting cucked? I don't know. And we got to get through a list of 9 of these, and we're only 3 deep at the moment.
4.
I can't take a lot more. And now, there's going to be some kind of quiz about this when it's over?
Yeah.
I'm getting confused.
I can't follow any of it.
I haven't listened in like 5 minutes.
I'm locked in.
What do you got, Plowhawk?
When my mom does simple things like washing my hair or washing my body, it makes me feel comforted.
Cut
5.
When they see me get into a 04 CRV, I'm not buying the 2022, Hemi pickup truck with, a lift kit. That kind of shows that you're already well below the curve in the penis size.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody with a new pickup truck is likely to be 4 inches.
Probably getting cucked.
Oh, my God.
Well, I agree
So
with
if you're
Bob.
driving a pickup truck, you're getting cucked.
Not all pickup trucks.
But 98%.
The brand new ones with no mud have never used the back end for any hauling of any kind.
Never pulled a
Got
stump out of
lift
the
kit.
ground.
You basically spent $60 grand because you know your penis is small.
Oh.
You ever do what I do?
Where's my oven mitt again?
Do you ever do what I do? I find myself like if I'm at a stoplight and there's like a 60, 65-year-old gentleman next to me or a 50-year-old gentleman next to you in a vet or something, you just kind of look over and say, Sorry for the small penis, buddy.
Oh, yeah. You can,
I
you
don't
can
buy
just
that.
Tell.
Those are the guys that can afford the Corvette.
They're just
What's
making
a
up
Corvette
for
now, 100
they're making
grand?
up for their lack of size by buying cars and like me, ladies, they're
I don't
making up
think
for the
so.
small penis.
Cut 6.
I've got a Blues heavy lineup in my fantasy hockey. I've been in first place most of the year.
No.
Last 4 weeks, I lost 3 of them, and I finished in second place in the regular season. I was in first almost all year, and the Blues go on a scoring drought. They can't score anything. My fantasy hockey team has been knocked out of the lead, and I'm tired of that.
But you're having fun at least.
Well, I was when I was winning.
Why don't you get drafting with your heart?
I lost 3 of the last 4.
Sounds like you're about to smack the lead.
I had like a 3-game lead.
And those were the cuts of the week.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Tully touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Doug Vaughn here alongside Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Ryan, rates are high, but you're still finding a way to get people a good mortgage. How do you do it?
Yeah, we work really hard for our clients. We watch the markets. We watch the rates. They swing a quarter point a day some days right now. And that's why you need an expert to lock you in at the right time. And then we have these incredible programs like our interest rate rewind, where for the first year, your rate will be 2 full points lower. The second year, a point lower. And then year 3, it goes to the current rate. Thinking about buying a house? Maybe a refinance? Got questions? Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, the Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Welcome to the Michelob Ultra Studios. Friends, it's the Munganess St. Louis Acura. Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Sullivan, Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, Action Jackson. Come on in on YouTube. It is going to be a very, very dirty day.
Now, why would that be?
Because the Blues losing streak is over.
It's
How
over.
do you do?
Yes.
How do you do, friends?
A 5-3 cutting of the shark dorsal fin.
This team's on a little run.
Nice little W. San Jose's not a good team either, but we don't care at this point.
Doug, 3.5 years ago, they were battling for the right to play the Bruins, to hoist the chalice. But alas, these two franchises have fallen on harder times.
Well, they certainly have. Their stars got a little long in the tooth. I think that's probably what the biggest thing that's caused it.
Evander Kane hit the post.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Ruined that franchise. What was that, game 2?
Yeah, imagine how many the fate of how many people were affected by that.
Evander Kane's
And it goes in, and maybe they win, and how that changes a lot of lives.
Amen.
Here, too.
Battle of the Cellar Dwellers last night.
Yeah. That sure was.
What was it?
But they look like they had a little more jump in their step.
It was a Jim Dandy.
Yeah.
Here they come.
A 5-goal
Thank you.
outpouring.
Hey, here's what Chief had to say following the game.
Hit the lever plows, eh?
Well, I mean, it was, obviously a good feel for sure. You lose as much as we have lately, and, it's really not a good feeling, but got to win. It was a battle, but we got to win, and I thought did a lot of good things tonight.
Sounds like he's battling a little cold.
It's going around.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Well, it's cold on that ice.
Nice take also.
I'm
Ice is
camping
cold.
this weekend, so gonna be
Oh, that's right. Plowhawk's going camping, Doug. Why don't you go with him? You love camping.
No, I hate camping. Camping's good for you. You to go do it. I'm going to take a pass on this one.
Perfect weekend for it.
And you're going to Defiance?
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't say, oh, yeah, like that's the only place you could camp.
No, I've never camped there. It'd be fun.
Where do you go?
I have no idea. I've never been there.
Well, does Madison know where you're going?
Yeah, at the campground. Yeah, we're going with a couple.
KOA.
Nice. KOA Campgrounds. New sponsor.
Campgrounds of America.
Amen.
Is that what it is? I don't know what
That's
KOA
what KOA
is.
stands for.
Look, there's a KOA. Let's just go park there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like where Big Al parks in St. Peter's. Why don't you go there?
You're taking a tent, right? You said
Now
that
we're doing a
yesterday.
little pop-out camper.
Oh, a little pop-out camper. Wow.
Blessed.
Yeah. So at least you're not sleeping on the ground.
Yeah, and just drinking in the afternoon at some wineries and just enjoying the nice little brisk weekend.
Well, I'll be darned.
How are you going to watch Missouri shock the Volunteers?
It could be a tough one. I don't know if there'll be any flat screens in Defiance wineries, but I could be surprised.
Maybe an app on your phone?
Who do they play again? Tennessee?
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to watch that.
Oh, my.
Here come the calls.
636-9004 TMA, Steve Schmidt, Kia, North County phone lines, or you can just text in. Engineered Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5.
I hope it's not close. I think I put Tennessee minus 10.5 in all of my teasers.
Uh-oh. Teaser City.
Now, Plowsy, as you plop down your camper and then you take the car off of it and you drive to the wineries, are you afraid when you come back someone might have stolen your camper?
I mean, it's not my camper, for one, and I don't think I'd be concerned with that now.
Oh, okay.
We could put a trail camera.
People just steal anything that's not nailed to the ground.
Yeah, we could maybe put a boot on it. I don't know what they have in terms of security system for the camper, but no, the only thing I'm worried about is staying warm and relaxing, watching the Tigers.
What is that thing attached to? You just, like, put it at the back of the car?
Yeah, like
Trailer hitch?
Trailer hitch, yeah.
It's like a little nubbin. Is that a nubbin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a...
Nubbin for lovins?
Yeah, a little trailer hitch, sure.
Hitch it up and take her down and have a good time. It's only an hour away. I'm glad it's at least a decent drive, not a terribly long drive.
You got a trailer hitch on your car?
I have it on my van, but they also have a Toyota 4Runner. So they...
Oh, that'll haul it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the only outdoorsman here. I think all of us would qualify as woodsmen.
I agree. We are woodsmen, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm in a flannel. I mean...
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
About to chop down tree and cut firewood myself.
I used to be a Boy Scout.
See?
Camped all the time. I was one merit badge away from Eagle Scout.
Well, why'd you quit?
Because back then you didn't really care about Eagle Scout.
Oh, that was a big deal.
Yeah, not back in my day.
Yes, it was. I remember it was a big. You got your name in the paper and everything. Picture sometime in the West County Journal.
West County Turkey Baster.
I was a defiant young teenager.
One merit badge away.
Yeah, I couldn't get the architecture merit badge for the life of me. Tried.
What would one have to do to get an architectural merit badge as what, a 6th, 7th grader, 8th grader?
I went to this architect guy down on Brentwood. I said, I gotta get this merit badge. Can you help me? And he's got all of his plans out. He goes, okay, now you gotta do this. And I'm making all these lines, and I failed. Didn't get it.
Well, was there another one you could have taken to get this coveted Eagle badge?
I don't know. I got all the easy ones out of the way.
Our Boy Scout troop leader didn't have a kid in our...
Red flag.
I don't like that. At the time, I didn't care, but now looking back, it's just a little odd, a little weird hobby that this dude has.
You don't know if he's really just kind of a lonely guy who's willing to give of himself and really help people, or a creep. And he's probably one or the other.
His name was Chalmer.
Chalmer. Who is going to take that in the Engineered Design
Chalmer
Facilities
Post.
text inbox?
Oh, my God, that's a name that just screams.
Chalmer Post.
Let's go take a shower.
Did he wear the Boy Scout shorts and the
He
hiking
wore the
boots?
yes, the long, thick white socks with the short tan shorts.
I remember.
He ran out like the Smokey the Bear hat.
Guys, the Biker Bar is lit on Saturday afternoon in Defiance. Doug, have you ever been to the Biker Bar in Defiance?
I've been to one of those bar restaurants out there. I don't think it was the Biker Bar. They do have some neat little places.
I believe that was one of the St. Louis starter packs. I can't even remember what the thing was. October winery visit, St. Louis starter pack, maybe.
Yeah.
Look, I'm at a biker bar.
Yeah, we're not going to a biker bar.
Not serving much wine there, I don't think.
Jackson, of course, creating St. Louis starter packs and doing great work on it.
Well, they're not there to rumble, are they, these bikers? They don't go to Defiance to rumble.
I think that'd be a fun place to see the Tigers take down the Vols.
There you go.
I did too, Biker Bar, yeah.
Why don't you film this? Why don't you walk in that biker bar and say, I love your best Pinot Grigio.
Ooh.
See how far they get you.
I'm more of a Pinot Noir.
No,
Yeah, I don't like the light.
Doug, he's a red guy. He's a red guy.
Somebody would punch you out based on what you ordered to drink?
Oh, that could happen, yeah.
Really?
Especially when you walk in there with all my Tennessee gear that I'm going to have on.
Oh.
Tiger country.
Bikers are diehard Missouri Tiger fans.
Drink supporters.
You see entire sections at Faroe Field. Guys dressed in black leather with chains.
Come on, Drinkowitz.
Guys, Jackson just posted about the biker bar on starter packs. That's from Tervis Parish.
Oh, he did.
Jackson, would you like to address it?
I guess it's nice that I get credited for, because it's a really funny account, even though I have nothing to do with it. Like, I guess
I
it's...
wonder how that started. TMA myths, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty.
What are the TMA myths? Doug, what
Well,
are
we went
TMA
from there are many to we can't think of any.
Well, there's a lot. Just how many do you want to say?
Who do they say started the Blues Lounge, which I think became the TMA secret fan page? I thought they said somebody
on this
here
one,
started
Doug.
I don't know.
I don't know on
I
that.
thought they said somebody from the show started it. I don't know.
Doug, these are wonderful myths.
Nobody ever accused me of starting the Blues Lounge.
That was a fun time.
Let's relive it.
God, those were great times with the 5 different fan pages. There's a Doug Vaughn fan page. And everybody would just copy and paste their post to all 5 channels.
It's like Larry Nichols'
So it's
Facebook
like,
account.
yeah, you get a bunch of
How many
notifications.
Facebook accounts does Larry have?
3.
Does he really?
Yeah, I think so.
Remember he maxed out his friends list and then got hacked by
Well, didn't he make his password something public?
Well, he put out his password, yeah.
I think he gave his social security
Yeah,
number
that
out
was
on
a,
there.
that was a
Oh.
moment.
Gosh.
That was a moment.
What's the maximum number of friends you can have?
3,000.
I think 5,000.
5,000, yeah.
Then you got to start off. Just follow me.
Well, right when he sees a female, he'll accept it. And once you accept one of those bots, they're all bots at that point.
Yeah.
God, it's amazing how many like fake females come up that I get friend requests from, and it's got one mutual friend. It's Larry.
Oh, every day.
It's, delete.
And they're beautiful girls from like Singapore.
Oh, is that right?
Just started a Facebook. It's been
Mhm.
around for
Very
15
exotic.
years.
Yeah. So you
Very
figure they,
exotic.
of course, they would want to friend me.
Now unless you have one
Producer
women
Joe
in
is
Singapore.
gay. That is TMA, the original TMA myth. That is from Minute Bowl Eligible. Tim owns the station in the parking lot. TMA myth number 2. Iggy has banged 500 women. That is TMA myth number 3. Minute Bowl Eligible is going through them like the 10 Commandments. It's nice.
Well, you don't know that. Do you?
So are these like the myths or the running jokes? Because like, I guess they're one and the same.
Well, Joe said he was gay.
Bye.
So, I mean, when the guy says he's gay, you either believe him or don't.
There you go, Doug. Those are your choices.
Yeah, either believe it or you don't believe it.
I mean, he has a girlfriend, so
Yeah.
Long-time girlfriend. And he always told us he'll never get married, he'll never have children, and now he's a man in his mid-40s, and he is true to the game.
Really?
I'm gay.
there you go.
I can't imagine not wanting little kids running around.
Well, how are you going to go to 8 Counting Crow shows a year?
You know, it takes money. And time.
Well, they're not that expensive tickets.
I think they give them away at gas stations.
Guys, another TMA myth, the opposite side of change is the golden goose. Thanks, 3-1.
Yeah. Yeah, change is not always equal. The golden goose.
Plowsy is well hung. That is from the 314. I don't know. I buy into that.
I mean,
I'm buying stock
very
on Plowhawk's love.
We won't know until the OnlyFans
Right.
account.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm very confident in that, but I understand nobody's seen it in terms of you guys and the listeners.
Yeah.
I can't believe I have to say that, but yes, no one has seen it.
Do you ever go to bathrooms at TMAs and people try to take peeks?
No,
Oh.
I have not run to many bathroom situations at TMA.
No.
events, which I'm very surprised with.
You wouldn't let a gentleman peek, would you?
Flip that off.
I don't think I'd really care if I
Nice.
knew him.
You have to charge them.
I mean, if I'm, at a truck stop and this weird dude named Ralph is like looking over the urinal, then yeah, I'd
That
probably.
happen a lot. You go to a lot of truck stops.
Ralph.
Minute Bowl Eligible is just listing TMA myths. She says Iggy is writing a book. That's from Minute Bowl Eligible.
Well, it's not a myth.
Well, that could be one. You're not writing a book.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe, I keep saying I'll bring a chapter, and maybe next Monday I'll bring a chapter.
I don't think you have a
Change
chapter.
is hard.
I have notes in, like,
But
a folder.
notes is not a chapter.
Well, it wouldn't take me long to write a chapter.
So there isn't a chapter yet.
I haven't started writing it yet.
Okay, so there is no chapter.
I could make one quickly. I would have to go into my notes and say, okay, this will be a fairly quick chapter on this portion of my life in radio, and I could knock one out.
Looks like you read a book a day. Keeps the doctor away.
I'm not sure I've ever gotten through a book in a day.
No, unless you're a speed reader.
Short book, maybe.
Reading a book sounds fun until you actually open the book.
If you get a good one, you can shoot through it. But if
Yeah.
you get one that's laborious, the HBO one that Doug, was it James Andrew Miller released?
I don't know.
Have you read that, Jackson?
It's so long. I mean, how can
It is.
It's like 600 pages.
He did the ESPN book, too, didn't
He did.
Yeah.
He did the Saturday Night Live book, and I was so looking forward to it. And it's really more about the corporate battles. And
Right.
I mean, listen, I'm sure for people who, Doug, what do you call it, the C-suite?
Not usually, but okay, I'll let it go.
They may find that's appealing to 0.01% of the population, and restructuring and leveraging and so on and so forth to get it from where it was to where it is now. But I thought it was going to be on the shows more than, and to an extent it was, but God almighty, holy crap.
Yeah.
But Armin Katayan's book on Tiger Woods, I flew through. Joe Buck's book, I flew through. I'm listening to Maitland Ward still. Yeah, I was listening to it on my way out here today. She goes into these modes where I can tell she's trying to get guys to pleasure themselves. And I just want to hear the story. If I wanted to pleasure myself, I'd drive up and down I-70 like Deebs does.
Oh.
That's where you do it.
Sounds like it's turning into a JOI book.
Yeah, there's a little, like if she's telling a story about like the first time she was doing this on camera, then all of a sudden she changes her voice. When I read a Dear Deidre, not as hot as when I read a Dear Deidre.
Yeah.
Clear. TMA Myth 6,478. Doug is not turned on by the sexual advances of the listeners. That's from Scissory Timbers.
Well, I'm really, as hard as it is to believe, I'm really not. I hate to come out with that because I don't want to destroy the image.
Guys, TMA Myth, Pepper and Genie will be sponsored. That's from Mr. Licks.
Well, we've never said
I
that.
don't know if we ever said it could have lines out the door for sponsors.
A myth would be for us to say, yeah, we're going to get tons of sponsors. That's never been said, so how can it be a myth?
We talked about roadkill.
Was that the topic yesterday?
I think that's the point to where no
that was the
sponsors
topic
are
Friday,
lining
I
up.
think. I don't know. Yesterday was what would give you some things that would give you like a huge high, and that's not pot.
A huge high?
But like I said, being a rock star, standing out there in front of 50, 100,000 people playing guitar, that would be just a huge high. So things like that.
Nice.
Well, it's not too late. You play an instrument at all?
Younger than Mick Jagger.
No.
By about 15 years, actually.
Good
No,
world.
I don't play any instruments.
Mr. Slave is issuing a challenge. Please bring in the chapter. There isn't an editor in this country who will have the time to correct the grammatical errors that inevitably appear every sentence. Iggy is one of the dumbs. That's from Mr. Slave.
That's not nice. Sorry you had to hear that.
TMA Myth, there was a guy named Gino responsible for keeping the station on air unless you drove under the Hanley overpass. That's from Al in Dadeville.
It's that one's so true it hurts.
There was a Gino.
No, I'm sure there was.
He's a well-known radio engineer in St. Louis.
Good guy, too.
Great guy.
He used to work here.
That's true.
You could tell he wasn't loving being
Well, was he ever really
I won't
there?
say anything
Were any
more.
of us?
It seemed like every time something happened, you had to call him in, like he wasn't really there.
He does a lot. He did a lot of other things outside of just where we were.
Yeah, you see him pulling and go, okay, what's the problem?
Well, this isn't working again.
Play the tape back. Iggy just admitted he has not started writing the book. That's from Dingle My Berries.
When have I said I've got 9 chapters out? When have I said I'm not going to start
Dingle My
it?
Berries, call in
Yeah.
666-9004.
I think you said you had one chapter.
No, I said I could get a chapter done.
Swope is digging through now. And
Well, why don't you stop digging?
Oh.
Do a real job. I'm worrying about what I do in here. Yeah, please. I said I'm not going to start writing it until I'm out of radio. Because I know there'll be lawsuits.
Who will sue you?
I'm not going to give names.
I can think of 2.
Why would they
Yeah,
sue you if you're
You're correct there.
if you're reporting the truth?
Well,
One of them doesn't have money, though.
They'll still sue.
Nah, I can think of 2.
They'll still sue. They'll lose, but they'll still sue.
Well, you don't want that.
I don't care.
Anybody can sue anybody in
Yeah, but
America.
it costs you a lot in legal fees.
Well, the publisher will be in charge of that, not me.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
The publisher will read it and proofread it, and I'll have my sources that have backed up what I say. And they say we're good to go. If they want to sue, they can sue because we've got blank, blank, blank is going to back you up on.
No.
Have you seen anything on the shelf?
No, not yet.
This gentleman, I don't know, he doesn't have a name in the text inbox, says he has 2,000% said he's written a chapter on multiple occasions. That's from the 636.
I have bits and pieces of a lot of things written down.
Crypt paper.
Yeah, if you want to call it a chapter, fine, okay. I can go into this folder where I have years and stories and things. Because I always remember different things. Oh, yeah, that would be a good one. Now go into my folder where it's on Word, and I'll add to it, blah, 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 and then I'll save it, and it's in there. And then I would start writing something, and this is going to be this chapter. I'm going to start it like this, and I would start it and put it in there. So there's all kinds of things that are started.
Sure there are.
I haven't finished a chapter yet because I'm not writing the book yet.
Oh.
If you want me to do a chapter over the weekend, I'll put one together.
Wow.
Where it doesn't involve somebody who's going to sue me. It'll just be kind of maybe a funny chapter, bless you.
Thank you.
And you can read it if you want.
I would love it. What era would you go to?
I don't know.
How about like the man and woman era?
Because there'll be things in there that...
What?
My God.
That's really? I didn't think that would be one of the litigation times.
There'll be things in there.
Wow, Doug. I mean, we've been
There'll be
teased.
things in there.
Well, there'll be a couple things in that chapter that people don't know.
Like what?
Wow.
Like what?
Well, yeah, like what?
I'm not going to tell you. That's a tease, Doug.
You're never going to write the book, so why not at least tell us now?
You don't know that.
I do know that.
I may sit down and finish it this weekend.
If you haven't even started it.
That won't take me long. Ben Fred said he was going to write this thing, actually.
Guys, there will never be a book. There will never be a Plowboy OnlyFans, and there will never be a camera on Jackson's petite, cute face. That is from the Loomster. Doug, he is up for Listener of the Year.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, great candidate.
And that text will help him.
Cuck of the century.
Cock of the Century, Listener of the Year? Can you win both?
Who would be the cuck of the century?
Cock of the Century. That was a show on NBC called Sale of the Century, and they later changed it to Cock of the Century.
I guess we'd have to do the 20th century because so much of the 21st is still ahead of us. Who was the cuck of the 20th century? Who had their significant other stolen right out from underneath them?
God, yeah, I feel like you're going to get this.
I'm trying to think of who has been cheated on. Like...
Jackie Onassis?
Somebody who's been married 4 or 5 times but is left because of infidelity. That would be a big cuck. I don't know. I'd have to
Would
know.
Jackie O qualify as a cuck?
Did Aristotle cheat on her as well?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, her husband did.
But if
JFK
your
did.
husband's cheating on you with Marilyn Monroe, that's a pretty big cucking.
That would be a cuck, a bunch of cucks, because I think JFK was banging them 2 at a time.
Oh, is that right? He was doing the MFF?
Oh, yeah, he was not only with Marilyn and other people. He had all of them.
Do you think he had an MFF with Marilyn Monroe? I'm really putting the man to the test here.
Maybe
Doug.
an MMF with his brother Bobby.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
They were into that?
He was with her too.
I'd really not want to do that.
No.
Yeah.
With a brother?
Yeah,
oh,
no.
Golly, jeepers.
I'm
Even
sorry
the
I brought
Eiffel-
it up.
Even the Eiffel Tower would be a tough scene.
No, I've seen a couple of twins. I think they're called the Hanson twins, maybe on porn.
Doug Hansen, Bob. Was that 97?
I don't know the
Well,
years, Tim.
Not those Hansons.
Chris Hansen?
They're in porn, but they're sisters. They do everything together, and they have threesomes together.
Oh.
I don't believe that's legal.
It's in porn.
I don't think it is.
That's not a clause.
Well, they don't touch each other. They're just in the same bed with the man.
Oh.
They don't do anything with each other.
An awkward Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you, there was a strap-on.
Oh, we didn't need to hear that.
So maybe if that's illegal, then they were probably breaking the law because they were. Anyway, I don't think JFK had a threesome with Marilyn with another female.
No, we probably
I
won't
would
know.
probably guess Peter Lawford snuck in there at some point for an MF.
Peter Lawford snuck in there.
It's a rip from today's headlines.
Yeah, he was part of the Rat Pack, and most of these.
He was married to one of the Shrivers, right?
Yeah, most of these dalliances. What are they called? Dalliances?
I think dalliances was right.
Yeah. Took place at Frank Sinatra's house out in Palm Springs. He actually built a whole wing onto his estate just for JFK. So I think a lot of them took place there.
Okay.
So if Peter Lawford was around, Joey Bishop maybe.
And the president just excused himself from the White House to go to Vegas for a couple weekends here and there.
Palm Springs.
Okay.
What was the name of the last gay bar you went to?
The Buggy Whip in Palm Springs. Last time I was there, I went home with a guy named Jose.
Oh.
There you go. Yep, those are the secret White House tapes. Tim, what are the odds that Iggy actually writes a chapter this weekend? Whatever they are, I will place a hefty wager that it will not happen. That's from Dingle My Berries, and he is digging in on this.
Well, if you put enough money up, I'll write it.
There you go.
I mean, what I got to lose if I write this chapter? I get money.
There you go. Dingle My Berries. The action is back on you.
Put a number up there.
What if it was like $10?
Yeah, it's not worth
You're
it.
not writing. You're not writing.
How long is a chapter?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put $100 if I go write a couple sentences and just call it Chapter 1. Chapter 1. I started in 92. What a year that was.
Got to be 25
Let's go to Chapter 2.
pages.
There's a chapter.
I don't know that that's a chapter.
I'd say 20.
Yeah, 20 to 30 pages.
Yeah, agreed.
Guys, you've overlooked the obvious. The winner is Craig Janney for the Brendan Shanahan situation. That's from the 314.
Yeah, but he said
that could
biggest cuck. I mean, there's a lot of people got cheated on.
Cuck
of the century.
Yeah.
What about the Yankees players who swap wives?
Who did that? Oh, the Yankees players?
Yeah. Steve
It was like
Hamilton
in the 70s, right?
was one of them.
And that's a cuck of all cucks.
So was that a swinging situation, or was that just like they both fell in love?
It started as a swinging situation.
Oh, really? Is that right?
And then they fell in love and just swapped wives, and then that was it.
Huh. One of them worked and one of them didn't.
We had one of those guys on Frank's show one day. I forgot.
Oh, was it?
I forgot the names.
Was it Mike Kekich? One of them was Steve Hamilton, I know.
Was it one Pepitone?
No, it wasn't Joe Pepitone.
I think Kekich.
But he was there.
He would have been on the team.
Pepitone was
So he
on
was there.
He was on the Davenport.
Joe Pepitone was not on the Davenport.
He watched along with...
Putting pine tar
else
in
would
a
have been
bat
there?
like four.
Tom Tresh
people,
may
two
have been there.
teammates, and
Tommy
banging
Tresh.
Tom
maybe.
Traven.
Tommy Tresh, maybe.
Tony Kubek.
I think that was before his time. That was probably... Rizzuto was gone by then.
Oh, God. Yeah, this was like the 70s, wasn't it?
Well, whatever you would do, you would want to make a delicious drink, and it should be easy and simple, like pouring a glass of wine. And now it is, thanks to Batch and Bottle's new ready-to-serve cocktails, all containing super premium spirits like the Hendrick's Gin Martini, Glenfiddich Single Malt Manhattan, Reka Rhubarb Cosmo, and Monkey Shoulder Lazy Old Fashioned. Don't spend your next party in the kitchen shaking and stirring while your guests have a good time without you. Like a cock. Treat them and treat yourself to Batch and Bottle's premium ready-to-serve cocktails. Batch and Bottle premium pre-batch cocktails imported by William and Grant Sons, Inc., New York, New York. That's Batch and Bottle. It's Munganast's 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. The great Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganast, sponsor of the Munganast St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. And they have a wonderful deal for TMA listeners. Between now and January 3rd on certified Acura cars, they have 36 months at 0.99% for qualified customers. How do you do? That's less than 1%.
That's fantastic if you try to borrow money somewhere. The rate's sky high now.
New cars continue to be a challenge at both stars. However, if you place an order at St. Louis Acura, they will get you the car you want. Period. Jack. That's put in caps. Service remains their number one priority. So even if you get your car from Munganast, get it serviced at Munganast. All makes, all models. Hashtag love the show. It's from Jamie Burkhardt. StLouisAcura.com, AltonToyota.com. It is Munganast, loyal sponsor of this program and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. The Pick 6 podcast went up yesterday. Doug, already I am 1-0 as I was on the Panthers last night in what was a Jim Dandy of a football game.
2 Super Bowl contenders, Panthers and Falcons.
That's right.
Yeah. I can't watch.
Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels have to just be like, oh, boy.
Every game seems to be worse than the one before. But they're raking in the cash.
Yeah.
And Amazon has to be wondering, is it really worth spending that kind of money on broadcasters if the games aren't any good? Or did anybody say, hey, I don't care if the game is horrible, Al Michaels is on, so I'm going to watch?
I mean,
Probably not.
The gamblers and fantasy football players, but I mean, other than that, and I usually am in and, doing daily fantasy, but last night I was like, this is so bad. Plus the conditions were going to be questionable, so it was not an ideal wagering situation. So, Doug, you take the underdog, and And well, that's what Tam Avenue Capital Partners did. And I think I'm now tied for first with G Unit and Pick 6 and just mounting a Sunday charge to repeat my championship. Very excited about it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're going against squares.
I actually would agree with you on that.
His unit lost a bet last night.
Oh, what was he on?
He had the over. Square pick.
Wow, Jackson attacking him.
I went 2-1 last night.
Did you bet the Panthers and Falcons?
Bet the Panthers +3, and then I had some Blazers Pelicans action.
Oh, please.
This guy really loves the Pelicans.
I'm high on them. I'm real high. They lost last night, but I'm high on them.
Was it a TMA myth that the Pelicans are moving to St. Louis?
Yeah.
Pelicans come home.
Happening.
Nothing coming here.
Nothing's coming here?
Soccer.
Gonorrhea.
Battle Hawks.
We got one of the soccer drafts today, right? Like
Really?
Free agent draft or something?
Yeah, the season just ended, so now starts.
What season?
The MLS season.
Well, now don't get upset already.
This is going to be really hard to follow. It's going to take me years.
Just have to get used to it, is all.
Who won? Somebody with SC at the end?
I think LAFC won.
I see they're going to play on all their games Wednesdays and Saturday nights.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to take my boys there.
Yeah. LAFC won in penalties against the Philadelphia Union.
So it went 0-0
Came down to penalty kicks for the
in
league.
an hour and a half, right? Is it 90 minutes and it went 0-0? Am I correct?
No, it was 3-3 after 90 minutes. and
Oh,
then
gotcha.
3-3.
Okay, that's okay.
And they didn't play overtime? They just went right to penalty kicks?
I think they play. I don't know. Sometimes playoff rules are different. I don't know how it all works.
Playoff rules.
Well, because in regular season, a tie is a tie. They
Oh.
don't go to overtime.
Yeah. I don't like that either.
Hey, Tim, my ex-fiancée was a hooker. I made her brush her teeth when she got home, but she was going down on strangers for a living in Washington Park. Thanks, it's from the recovering alcoholic.
Why did we need to hear that?
Say your wife.
There was no end to the story. It was just a little anecdote.
Did you ever have anybody normal in your life?
That's all he had to say. It was just a
All it
couple
is.
quick sentences.
I thought it was a fun little anecdote of the life and times of the recovering alcoholic and his
He's kind
fiancée.
of bearing his soul.
And you had to make her brush her teeth? I think that'd be the first thing she'd want to do when she got home.
Brian Henson has just offered to help write Iggy's book. So there you go. That's huge.
All right.
To get an Indianapolis
Get him
Star
busy.
columnist.
He's not doing anything as it is.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of time.
That's exactly the talent you want in a book
Well,
like
your
this.
texts are awful, so you're not much of a writer.
Oh. So he's out?
He was never in.
Oh.
So if someone put up like $1,000, would you consider writing 25 pages of this book? It's got to be a chapter. It didn't have to be the first chapter.
For
So you could just pick.
$1,000? Oh, yeah, I'd drop everything I got to do this weekend and do that.
I wonder how much, like, for a book that has local appeal and local appeal only, how much somebody would make. You know?
I don't know. I
Is
know
the juice worth the squeeze?
I know
Yeah.
publishers are interested in regional sales books.
Oh, is that right?
They are, yeah, because they kind of have a guaranteed audience.
Maybe then I'll craft.
Well,
But
like
I
this-
figure it's probably not going to make that much.
It depends. Like this Mississippi Nights book that this couple just put out.
Yeah,
That is
like that. That's a nice
flying.
example.
That
Have you
is
read that?
flying off the shelves.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'd actually read that. I'd be curious.
I'm
about
looking
that.
forward to it because I've been to so many concerts there.
Is that
back
an
in the-
Audible? I can replace that and not have Maitland try to J.O. me on 270 on the way out.
I would have to guess not because it's local.
Maybe. I'd do Audible on my book.
That's a book I'd like because there's a lot of pictures in there.
Clip that off.
Well, I mean, some great
Said
pictures.
every third grader in the world.
Is there any pictures in it? No, there's a lot of great pictures from back in the day. I mean, yeah, some of the bands used to play there. They'll come there like... One of my favorite local bands...
This is not on Audible, I don't think.
One of my favorite local bands was the St. Louis Sheiks.
Doug, the St.
The
Louis
St.
Sheiks.
Louis
And they played
Sheiks.
4th and Pine quite a bit. But they played Mississippi Nights one night, and Sting opened for them. Sting opened for a local band.
On his way up?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many bands that are huge now that played Mississippi Nights. I remember Sheiks playing there one night, and I just danced all night with Connie Fairchild.
Clip that off.
Who was this Connie Fairchild? Why was she dancing?
She was the lead singer of Fairchild. With David Toretta, her husband, was the bass player. And they had just finished a gig somewhere, and they came over to see the
Was he
Sheiks.
getting cucked?
No, we were
They were
friends.
dancing with her. He was getting cucked.
We were friends. But we were just out there dancing to the Sheiks all night.
Wow.
I did have a crush on Connie.
Yeah, I could tell. You wouldn't dance all night with someone that you didn't like.
No, but I dug her.
How about this, Stephen Wildwood? This is the kind of deal I might be willing to make. I will buy dinner for Iggy at a restaurant of his choice if he would share all the radio stories at dinner with the understanding that I would never repeat what was said. There you go. Now you reduce your exposure to litigation. Steve signs an NDA. It's understood. He winds up in a hole in the desert if he says anything. And you get to have a nice dinner.
No, and I love Steve.
Oh, wow.
Why would you not do this?
Because there's just,
What's the
I don't want
downside?
to just tell people.
I don't care.
The downside is if he gets drunk one night and spills it, and then it goes all over the place.
Where's it going to go all over? How important is this information? That you had a beef
Important
with
enough that
somebody
he's going to take me to dinner over it.
I'm going to say, I will one up. Iggy has way better stories. I'll sell my stories right now.
Take the bids.
You're like
You can
Kramer.
bring-
What
you can
really
bring-
happened in the various furloughs the
Yeah,
Powerball
you can bring a
experienced.
tape recorder to dinner. We can split the check 50-50. You can pay me whatever the amount, and I will sit there for hours and tell you
Will you?
the stories that I know. I will not bring the Iggy stories involved because that would put Iggy in a spot.
You're a secondary source at that point.
What are you getting out of it? You just said you'd bring a tape recorder and we'll split it 50-50.
No, I'm saying
You're paying for half the bill.
I would pay for half of the dinner. I'm not saying, but they would
So
pay
what do you
me.
get out of it?
Well, they would pay me money for the stories.
There you go.
Because
The bids start at $500,000.
yeah, no.
How juicy are these stories?
They're pretty fun. I mean, the 4 furlough stories.
Now, the thing is,
We haven't
Stephen
even-
Wildwood has been teased because, if you recall, he purchased the Learn interview of Iggy, and in that interview, there were some things that I think we made it public, right? We made that interview of Learn interviewing you public. I don't know where we made it public. Where did we make it public, Jay?
It was up to Steve. It's his
TMA podcast.
It's his
TMA
audio.
podcast. Okay. But I asked Iggy, I said, is there anything that you want to cut out? And there were a couple things that you want to cut out. Now, Steve got to hear that. But when it was made public, you had those things taken out. So Steve already has a little idea.
But I don't
of
remember
some
what I
of it.
said in it.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
The things I should have taken out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just would have been
Better.
problematic for our lives at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was his. And I knew that he wasn't going to share it with anybody.
Right, you didn't know it was going to
He signed an NDA, Doug. It was airtight.
Oh, sure.
I don't know why he did it.
Why did
Maybe
what?
because he thought he could take me to dinner, and I'd tell him, and I won't. So
Why did
no.
what?
Why he wanted to have Learn interview me for him.
Stephen Wildwood, call in. 636.
The woman station was just something that hit me like a bolt of lightning.
I mean, I was happy to do it because it made money for Learn. But I don't know what Steve got out of it.
I'd like to counter Steve's offer. I'll treat Ken to dinner wherever he wants to go, so long as he shares every radio story with me. And in exchange, I promise to tell everyone I possibly can. Doug, that's from the parking lot. It was
Okay.
sent in by a kid on a dirt bike named Little Tommy Troy.
Right.
That's
It's a
enticing.
nice offer.
Where are you taking me? Chuck E. Cheese?
Maybe bottomless fries, Red Robin.
Oh my gosh. God, those little strawberry drinks. That they have,
I
they
just
put
can't.
actual chunks
I can't imagine how
those are fire, dude.
how scintillating the information's going to get. That someone's going to, tell me another story.
Oh, it's titillating.
Tell
One
me a
day I
story,
didn't get
Ken.
to work on time, and they yelled at me. Oh boy,
It's like Kramer selling
that's
stories
it. Those
to
are the
Peterman.
stories.
How much you selling for, Jackson?
The stories to Peterman?
Yeah,
50,000 or something?
$750.
Was that the final number?
I think so.
Mr. Lick says, Iggy says he's not an attention whore, yet on yesterday's Pepper and Jeannie, their topic was jobs that they would pick that would give them the biggest high. Iggy proceeded to pick the biggest attention whore type job you could possibly have, a rock star, specifically a lead guitarist or lead singer. You've got to be kidding me. And today he's claiming to have secret stories that he can't tell anyone. Just give it a break. Doug, that's Mr. Lick.
Okay, Licks.
I'm gonna.
Well, we were
heat up my
talking about
honey
jobs
bun.
we'll never have. That's not an attention whore.
Don't count yourself out. You could be a rock star.
I could be a rock star and not. I love to be praised while I'm singing, but then I could get off stage and not want to talk to anybody. I was an attention whore. I don't want to be noticed. I'm leaving out the back door. I mean, there were made-up stories, dumbass.
Hey, come on now.
I'm gonna go heat up my honey bun real quick.
You're leaving to
Cut that off.
warm up a donut right now?
That's the right thing to do. He's right. It's the right thing to do. We said
Yeah.
at about 7:45, go out to warm up your
I was
honey
going to go
bun.
get coffee. I can't now. I gotta wait
That's
till he gets
fine.
back.
Doug and I will tend to some business here, and We'll talk about Stratum Structural Systems with Matt Ford and Brett Groman. Stratum Structural Systems, 314-620-8153, or go online at stratumrepair.com. It's Stratum Structural. A lot of activity in the hall.
Yeah, there's a party out there.
What's doing? What is doing? Go online and work with Stratum for waterproofing and foundation repair needs. Integrity and authority with over 5 decades of combined structural experience in basement waterproofing and foundation repair for basement crack repair, foundation peering for settling homes, bowing or rotating wall repairs, basement waterproofing services like sump pumps, interior and exterior drainage solutions. It's Stratum. They're in Chesterfield, Missouri. They're in Columbia, Illinois. Stratum Structural Systems, 314-620-8153, or go online at stratumrepair.com. Jackson, why don't you tell the people about Muggsy?
Yeah, you bet, Tim. I'll tell the
No,
folks
what are you
about
eating?
Muggsy.
You're eating something too.
I just chewed on an ice chip. There was a piece of ice in my water bottle, and I chewed on it. Is that okay, Doug?
Yeah, I'll let it go.
All right. Well, I want you to listen up. I want you to listen up good. Already getting underway. The entire site of Muggsy is up to 30% off all of your favorites with free shipping and free returns, as always. This is your chance. If you ever want to try out the most comfortable yet stylish clothing in the entire world, you hit up Muggsy right now and shop prices up to 30% off. They don't do sales like this. They don't do it.
This is unbelievable.
It's absolutely massive. And it's the only time of the year that you can get your stuff up to 30% off. You want to turn down a tailgate or holiday party again because it's too cold. They got these jeans with flannel and fleece inside the leg.
Oh, I'd like that.
Oh, they keep your nuts nice and toasty. You'll feel like a little pig in a blanket thanks to Muggsy.
Oh.
Not only the world's greatest jeans, but also super awesome flannels, jackets, cashmere, holiday party pants, joggers, literally anything your closet could ever need. This is it. This is when holiday legends are made. Establish yourself as the greatest gift giver in history, or treat yourself by heading over to Muggsy.com for up to 30% off the entire site of the most comfortable and best-looking jeans, pants, and tops this world has ever seen. That's Muggsy.com. You don't need a promo code for up to 30% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Experience life-changing comfort with Muggsy.
How about that?
Sounds like a great deal to me. Party pants. You said they sell party pants.
Holiday party pants. Head on over to the site. Check it out. 30% off.
I don't know that I have a single pair of party pants.
Oh, you do.
Oh, yeah, you do. You got velvet
you do.
90s.
Hey, St. Louis
I do?
fans. Yes, he does.
I didn't see
Velvet 90s. There are several big games coming up for the Billikens that you should make plans to attend. Let's start with this weekend.
Okay.
Saturday, 1 p.m.
Who
The
they got?
SLU women's soccer team will host Memphis in the first round of the NCAA Women's Soccer Tournament. Then, on Sunday at noon, the men's soccer team is hosting Loyola Chicago for the A10 Tournament Championship. You can get tickets for both the men's and women's soccer at Herman Stadium at SLUBillikens.com. And for the Hoops fans, the SLU men's basketball team is taking on Memphis this Tuesday, November 15th at 8 p.m. at Chaffetz Arena. Both SLU of the A10 and Memphis of the American Athletics Conference were selected second in their conference preseason polls. Travis Ford's Billikens are receiving votes for the top 25. They opened their season this past Monday night with a nice win over Murray State, and Penny Hardaway's Memphis Tigers kicked off their season with a win over Vanderbilt. So big soccer games this Saturday and Sunday, and men's basketball on Tuesday. Check it out. Support the Bills and purchase tickets at SLUBillikens.com. That's SLUBillikens.com. And think about it.
I am. That warm cinnamon donut Plowsy has looks so good. He's peeling away little layers of it. It's literally
And you know
melting
the
in his
cinnamon
mouth.
spices is so nice.
You know, I see
Gosh, it
Doug
looks
all
good.
the time when I have one of these, just kind of just
He
stare.
wants
like,
what you have, boy.
You remind me a lot of my dogs when I'm like eating dinner
Yeah.
and I have it sitting on the ottoman and they're just sitting there, just
Like you're going to eat the whole thing?
Plowsy, look Doug in the eyes when you eat it.
Don't do that to me.
See, look at the layer.
I want to watch
Doesn't
you.
that look great?
I want
Oh,
to
it
watch
does.
you
It's
eat
so
it while
good.
he watches you eat it.
Oh, it's melting in his mouth, I tell you.
Now, let it drip down your chin a bit.
How was your flounder?
It was outstanding. Very good. Really good.
Why don't you eat that sometime in here and stare at Plowsy?
Well,
That'd be ideally on a day where I am
people seem to get upset when I cook it.
vacationing. Is Matt the pornographer ever going to be on Pepper and Genie, or is this also going to be a project that will never be followed through on? Thanks, that's from Wolf Boy.
Again, our open took 2 months, so give us some time. We don't like to force these
I'm
things.
legitimately looking forward to that interview.
These things need time to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we need to pick a day in terms of me and Iggy sometime next week that we can come in around 1 or 1:30 and that's that. It's
Yeah.
that easy. But I'm going camping this weekend. I have to drop off the dogs. I have to go pick up room sprays at the West County Mall.
Where are you taking the dogs?
Madison parents.
Oh.
They're not going with us, thank goodness. It's a little bit easier
So
to camp without 'em.
they get to babysit 3 pit bulls?
Yeah, but they love those dogs.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. So I just got to have a busy day. It's been a busy week. So next week kind of opens up for him as well. So there you go. Suck it.
Oh, gosh. Gosh.
Busy week for me, though.
Plowhawk, how do you respond to the accusations on the fan page that you did not run a 7-minute mile?
I didn't see the accusations.
Are there doubters out there now?
Isn't this like a... When did we do this? Wasn't it in September?
Yeah, we were wearing shorts. I know that. And also, like, the video would be better if I didn't make it. Like, I don't think people realize it's not like I did this for, like, any money. Like, there was no bets to where, like, oh, I need to do this.
I'm still stunned by it.
Yeah, like, it actually happened. I mean, we did the walkthrough 2 days before twice. We knew it was a mile. I mean, even Buck Swope put the actual Google map, like, and did the route. It's 1.01 miles.
Of course he did.
I mean,
why do you say that?
Who asked you to do it? Who cares?
He's a fact checker.
What's the advantage of me doing it in 7 minutes, like us doctoring it to do that? What's the advantage? It'd be better if it was 12 or 13 minutes or 15 minutes.
The only
Like,
thing I
didn't even
saw was
finish.
somebody said, you can see the editing. Well, yeah. It's like 7-minute mile, and then there was stuff before, then after. We're just going to put 10 minutes worth of video up there without doing anything? That's the whole point of a video. You can edit it down to get the basic fun parts in.
I didn't see the accusations. Well, screw these people. I'll meet you on the track.
Put your money where your track is.
Thank you, Doug. Yeah, I'll do it again. I don't care. But this time, you're paying me to, like, go, if this person wants me to race them or he's coming out there, my time is valuable.
Sure
and
it
I'm not
is.
doing that for just pride purposes. No, I did it.
All right, at the top of the fan page, I see NBA City Charlotte Hornets jerseys.
Cheeks.
Doug, you like that?
No.
I don't
No,
know
I
what
don't.
that means.
Is that the initials?
It's a picture of Frank Sinatra and John F. Kennedy that say, JFK never stayed with Sinatra in Palm Springs. Bobby, the Attorney General, would not allow it. He crashed at Bing Crosby's instead.
Oh, that was one time.
Bing Crosby.
That was one time that Frank was
Dad.
excited he was coming, and then he went to Bing's instead.
Aren't all orange juice the same? No, Nathaniel. Much difference in orange juice as there is in Hope and Crosby.
I think Nathaniel Crosby's a U.S. Amateur champion.
Is he?
I think so.
I see
posted
somebody
that, by the
looking
way?
for... Who posted what?
Who posted the Frank Sinatra thing?
Yeah, I want to see that, too.
A guy.
gentleman.
Oh.
But I don't know what he's saying.
I was thinking it was Swope, probably.
It was not Swope.
Everything I said, he goes, digs up, and...
Somebody's looking for an irrigation company. Let's see. There's a picture of an office.
Just simply an office building?
I don't know. I'm scrolling there. There's somebody who looks like Lady Gaga. I don't know if it is. It's a TikTok. I don't see any of this. There's a KG and O-Town TikTok. Let's see.
Well, you have to
There's a
scroll it.
TJ Moe tweet.
That one got in a lot.
There's been about
of
1,000 posts in the last hour, so you got to do a lot of.
There's 1,000 posts on the fan pin.
That's all they
Something
do.
about Ford F-150s.
Technology and stuff?
Is it Lupita Nyong'o?
Yeah.
Okay. It just says Lupita Nyong'o. Damn. That was
Oh.
posted 7 hours ago. So that.
What's that mean?
Black Panther 2 just came out.
Where
She's
is
the
this?
star.
I find her hot.
Oh, do you?
She was great in the film Us. Really good.
Somebody is listing their home. Doug, if you're looking to move.
Well, yeah, realtors are looking
I don't
for
see
inventory.
the Merrimack Hockey Dad starter pack. I see that. I don't see anything about Plowhawk faking the run.
Well, there were an awful lot of witnesses there.
Yeah, I mean, we had like 5 or 6 salespeople.
Dead serious. I would have bet so much money that, number one, you wouldn't do it under 8
I
minutes,
wish I
but the
would've
7
bet.
minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I wasn't surprised he got under 8. I'm surprised he
Why?
to
But
cut a whole another minute off of it because he
But
weighs.
what I'm
next
saying
to
is, like, why
nothing.
would we lie? Like, who cares?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's
does it
the
matter?
advantage?
It'd
Like,
probably been
Yeah,
more
let's
fun if you
destroy the
didn't
credibility of, a couple of decades by just making, like WWE shoots.
You think Hubbard sales go? Yeah, let's doctor the hell out of this.
I don't
Let's
see
just
it.
take my
Who knows? I
integrity
might
out
have
the
read a
door.
text where somebody was just making something up. So that's, you know what that is, Doug?
No.
That's bad hosting.
Oh, it is.
Oh, we love our texters.
No, I saw it on the fan page.
What?
I did see the comment that somebody said.
I don't know.
Probably a comment, yeah. Those are hard to
I don't
See,
know.
where are all the Krug haters now, Doug? Are you a Torrey Krug?
No, I'm not a hater. I don't think he's the player Alex Petrangelo was or is.
Yeah,
But he had a goal last night.
I don't think the post was started with Plowsy cheated, this didn't happen, but it was a comment under some other post that probably had nothing to do with that.
Okay.
But it did say, yeah, I saw that video was doctor. There's no way he ran 7 minutes or something like that.
And when people...
There's Jay, like, deep throating a foot.
Oh, my God. That's
wow,
the
I don't
deepest
recall
one
that
I've
picture.
seen.
He is really, I mean, he is. My God. That's like Torrey Wells.
Oh.
And if you're going to bash us, tag us at least in the comments. I mean, at least like to defend myself.
Iggy, here's the Gallup poll. Would you like to see Iggy bring back the unboxing? How about that? How's that trending?
I don't know.
I would assume people would, as opposed to nothing. The alternative is there's nothing.
People want to see the unboxing.
Sure.
Well, see what was the vote, though? Was it close? It was like 50-50. It's no big deal.
Well, if you don't want to see it, you don't have to watch it. How could anyone vote against
Well,
it?
people are going to have to send things.
78%, 22%.
All right, well, they won it, the majority.
There you go. 212 votes, Doug.
Okay.
There you go. The unboxings are coming back.
Well, here's what I'll do. Just for the holidays, I think.
Oh, it's holiday unboxing time.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we did it last
Santa's
time only
here.
because of COVID. I mean, nobody was going out, so I'll give you something to do. Send me stuff. I'll open it. We'll have things to do since we're all inside. But now it's just, don't send me stuff just to be, all right, what do I got today? We'll do it for the holidays.
Holidays unboxing.
Okay.
So that way, there's a reason for it. You know, happy holidays. Okay, this week I got 5 more things we'll open. So I'll come up with a time frame.
Now, what do you do with all these gifts that you receive?
They are in 2 big garbage bags in my closet.
Why don't you give those out at Gobble Bowl?
There's nothing nobody would want in there.
What's in there?
Dillies.
What's in those bags?
Dilly.
Here, I'll pull a ticket. All right. And the winner of this huge rubber dildo goes to...
Oh, Jack. Let me use your dildo, Jack.
Maybe I'll do that.
That's all that they would send you?
Maybe that'll first unboxing I'll do before I open anything. I'll just relive, and I'll just dump the 2 bags out on the... Okay, let's relive what I got last year or 2 years ago. 'Cause I forgot what's in there, except for the dildo.
From the 314, I think it was a post about Iggy and Plowsy taking the United States citizenship test.
I didn't see that one either.
Did we talk about them doing that?
I don't know.
Boy, I'm like just losing my mind on the show.
You think you could pass that? Oh, sure you could.
Oh, yeah. I was a history minor.
Were you?
The Limpster says it's the next post. We're almost there. And now Iggy is going to talk about himself for 10 minutes. Right, let me.
Listener of the year, my ass.
Would you like to see Iggy in the unboxing? Oh, here's some. After podcasting today's segment 1, I think Iggy, Plowsy, and Jackson taking the U.S. citizenship test at the next TMA Live would be quality entertainment. Doug, what is on the citizenship test?
I don't know.
But what's that got to do with the Plowhawk and the 7-minute mile?
I think there was maybe a response in that thread, maybe, I guess? A comment?
Oh, I see. Okay, now I see it. It needs to be soon so they can't train. Something was fishy about that 7-minute mile. And then all of their recent athletic achievements have pretty much been jokes. 5 against 1, you can take down almost anyone and anything. So I guess that's the golf thing. What was that, like rigged or what? I don't know.
Yeah, we told Nagel to play bad.
It's funny that every single texter said we were going to lose, so it's funny. How they
And
switch up
Wellington
like
and
that.
Skip Berkmeyer and everybody. Who and people wanted to bet us like thousands of dollars, and I wouldn't even take the bet.
Yeah.
But whatever. I can grab 4 walruses and play 5-on-1 against LeBron, and we will win the game.
Yeah,
the
'cause that's the
video
same
of
thing.
Iggy's 20-yard chips onto a gigantic green was more impressive than him doing it. I never watched Plowsy's run, but was the entire run filmed in real time, or was it spliced? And then
People don't understand like what video is and like what actual good content for. Nobody's gonna want to see 7.5 minutes of raw footage, meaning the other 30 seconds at the beginning and the end, the intro, the outro. It's probably gonna be 8 minutes with the whole flyover. Like, dude,
The only way you
that's
could have
so
proved that with
dull.
the only way you could have proved that with videos if like you ran on a track and you had one camera just follow you around the track 4 times without starting and stopping.
How
the camera,
boring of
without
a
an edit.
video without
It would have
that.
been
It'd
bad.
been terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how we did it was perfect.
Because any one edit could change everything.
I'll do another 8-minute mile. I'm fine with that.
Tim Burkhart, Doug, who is the buyer for our friends at Batch and Bottle just asked, is Tim Reads the fan page segment sponsored? I'm asking for a friend. Doug, it sounds like we might have a new segment here where we just read asinine things attacking us on the fan page.
Well, almost everything we read is asinine.
That'd be so
Text,
fun,
emails,
man.
it's all asinine.
Look, we have fun with these things.
Oh,
Why do
that's
people have
right.
to trash them?
That's right.
Why do they have to trash them?
I don't. They trash us.
We had fun with the 40-yard chip, and then it's all it turned into. There's only 20 yards in a frame. What 40 at a pin? That's BS.
Guys, that poster sounds miserable and needs to take a swan dive off his back patio. That's from Scissor Me Timbers. Mr. Licks is not sold. He says, why not post both videos, the raw and the cut one? Yeah, I mean, that can be done.
Well, I don't.
I was sitting next to Joey, the videographer, in the car the whole time. I still am stunned by it. I'm dead serious. I could not be more surprised. But my belief on the Plowhawk run was he was kind of, I don't want to call it a sprint, but you were running, I don't know, 80+% out of the gate.
Yep.
And so, if you were just going out for a 1 mile jog, you wouldn't run that hard out of the gate. You'd pace yourself. That's what I guess.
He
I don't
ran
know.
in 7 and he walked like the last whatever.
No,
I
didn't. He walked for about
15 seconds, 20 seconds, I think is what it was.
I never thought. I didn't think it was, but I don't know. Beats me.
I'll do it again. That's fine. I mean,
You're going to do it again?
I can. I don't care.
You recovered?
Dude, I didn't train. Like, if people think I trained, you're a moron and you have no idea about my lifestyle. The last thing I'm going to do is train for that.
Wow, the recovering alcoholic's not happy. He says, hey, Gape, spread those pale cheeks and get ready for Wifey's giant strappy while we brand those cheeks and make you our pigtails.
Okay, that's plenty. That was plenty from him.
Funny to think I have enough hair to have pigtails.
I'm going to make you wear pigtails.
That's hot.
I think you're just going to have to get on a track somewhere, Plowsy, so people know it's exactly a mile and the camera never stops and just follows you around 4 times.
Why? To appease people that
I
think
think that's
he
the
cheated?
only way you could prove it without a doubt that it happened.
Well, we don't need to prove it to anybody.
No.
A few people on the fan page?
No, well, Plowsy said he would do it
cares?
again. It sounded almost like he wanted to do
Iggy,
it
will
again.
you go out and hit 20 balls? What was it, 10 balls? 9 out of 10? What did you have to do? I don't even remember what the hell it was.
He was 10 yards away from the green, and he had to just put it on there, and he's a 30 handicap.
Again, I just did whatever Wellington said. Yeah, if you want to go out and measure at 40 to the front.
I would tell you we play Nagel again, we lose. But, who knows?
I mean, it would have to be spring, summer. It'd be on 18 again because that's a beautiful little fairway there.
And you
mark
the
it
size of a municipality.
Yeah, and you mark it 40 from.
Largest green in St. Louis, I think.
If you want to go to the front and it's 40, that's fine because then I can hit anywhere from 40 to 80.
My guess, Iggy, in this post, I finally found the post. I bet you have a lot of these people blocked.
Maybe that's what. But you said you saw it, so maybe he doesn't.
Okay, maybe not, but I just assumed with the castmate that we're doing.
The Hunchback of Uncastle says, is that poster a fake profile? I don't know. I don't know which ones are fake and which ones aren't fake. So, if there are, I don't know.
No, if it's a post about me, then it's usually
It's fake.
No, if it's a post about me and there's 15 comments, I'll probably see one. Because if it's about me, the people that I have blocked just want to go trash me, so I won't see their comments. There's one I had the other day. Somebody said something about Iggy this, Iggy that. There was like 28 comments. I went to look. I had 2 comments.
Doug, that's 26 people blocked.
And that's not even a
reasonable.
third of what or fourth of what he has.
I'm
really
all in
blocked.
favor of blocking him.
This Plowsy mile is the same as the moon landing. Staged. You are all frauds. That's from Mitch. Jay may have moved slow, but that's only because Jay didn't have to move for anybody. Cumstein.
If somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, we're faking this video," I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even do it.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't. But it just wouldn't happen. It's not the makeup of the people who are at this place.
Yeah, there's 0 chance I would even consider even thinking about doing that, knowing we're going to splice. It is spliced and edited because that's what videos are. Like, when you watch Seinfeld, do you want, them taking a coffee break? I mean, when you watch a TV show, it's cut. It's from one shot to the next. That's edited. And that's just called good video because we have good people who work here.
If you watch highlights of the Cardinal game, you have to know that, or can we be sure that happened because there was edits in there?
Yeah, how do we know it's a home run? We saw him hit it, but then the next shot, the ball's in the air. So that one could have been a different video from a different game. So you can't even tell what a home run is anymore unless you were there.
Well, it's not like you were going for a record or to get yourself in the Guinness Book of Records or anything. It was just a guy just
Or doing it
jogging
gets
for
me
7
15
minutes.
grand or something,
Yeah.
but there was nothing I won outside of I got sprayed and with
Sprayed.
beer.
Don't let this guy bug you.
Hey.
Don't let this guy bug
I
you.
just think it's weird that it would even be considered. Why would he fake anything? We love having us fail.
Well, I mean,
That's
it was
like
like one or two people, so I don't think the majority of the audience thinks it.
Now, Tim was standing right there as far as the chip off. And if we
Doug, I
wanted,
was right there.
If he wanted to cheat on, if we wanted to cheat on things, we went out to practice that morning during a break just to kind of get a 40-yard feel, and we ran into Mike, the greenskeeper.
Doug, Mikey D, and the place
Yeah.
to be.
What a great guy he is.
Mike D.
He is a great guy.
Yeah.
It was the other Mike, who's the head groundsman.
Well, he's a wonderful gentleman as well.
He is
He loves
awesome.
America.
Yeah.
But he said, Iggy, we're moving the pin all the way back. Which means if they had moved the pin all the way back on 18, I would have been on the fringe
About where you
shipping
were.
40 yards to the pin.
There's just a little pitch
And I
run that
said,
you were
no,
hitting.
we're not doing that. That's stupid. That would take away what
Iggy
we're trying to do
respects the
here."
integrity of the competition.
So if I wanted to really cheat and just to win this thing, yes, 40 yards to the pin. The pin's all the way in the back. I'm on the fringe. No, that's not what we try to do. We have fun with it, but we're not going to cheat at anything.
Don't get angry.
Tim, I don't think that people necessarily think that you guys faked it. I think people are skeptical that the route was actually a mile. That's Mr. Licks.
Well, how would you know unless you were there?
I mean, like I said, Buck Swope did like the GPS overhead Google map, like to the T. We had a vehicle on zero spin,
Odometer.
Odometer. We did it twice before, 2 days prior, and we mapped the exact route. So basically, cross country doesn't exist. You can only run on a track at all times. Everything else is skeptical. Like, I don't get it.
Who cares?
I hate people.
Aunt
Don't let
Peg,
this guy get you. Don't let him get you.
Aunt Peg says, who gives an F what one unemployed incel says on the fan page? That's from Aunt Peg, Doug, and Aunt Peg can hit a wedge like 170 or
Yeah,
something.
well,
I mean,
those
it's
were wise words right there that he just
Yeah, Aunt
uttered.
Peg
unbelievable.
is wise.
Guys, it's from a fake account that, Tim, you supposedly block. It's from the 636. Doug, how do I know if the account is fake?
I don't know. I don't waste any time trying to figure that stuff out.
I thought you were going to spend the afternoon going through which accounts you know.
No, I don't.
Don't they still have to answer questions about the show to get in, to keep the bots out?
Yeah, but I mean, the people who joined years ago didn't.
No.
And the thing's been around now. Doug, we're approaching 6.5 years. I think.
Is it that long?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember the first time I went up on that message board.
And?
Oh, you're talking about Inside STL.
I was talking
about Inside STL. You're talking about the face fan page.
That whole 30 second.
That was outstanding.
That
was
last
just,
30.
That was just word vomit.
And then his phone rang.
An update on Hot Wife Autumn is coming your way on the other side of
Is
our
that right?
commercial break.
Okay.
What I would describe as breaking news. Iggy, what's going on? Your phone just went off, and I know that's going to cause some text to come in.
No, it's just I thought I turned it off this morning. I didn't. So I apologize.
No.
I got a telemarketer call, but it's usually about 8 o'clock they start.
We should probably accept telemarketer calls here and just deal with the folks and see what they're selling us.
No, because they hang up. They don't expect you to answer. When you answer, it really flusters them. Hello? Yeah, I answered. What do you want?
They're just getting their dial quota.
Scrambling for the
Well,
script.
I want to tell you about Medicare. Goodbye.
I just feel so bad for those people that have those jobs, though.
I know.
Trying to do something.
I'm not mean to them. I don't have to answer because it comes up on my phone, spam, risk, or telemarketer.
Yeah.
So I never answer them, but I feel bad. If I did answer one and it was a telemarketer, I said, really, I'm not interested, but I know you got a job to do. So, but
Look at this guy, Doug.
Yeah.
He's a sport.
See, I did it, and I was really good at abstract. We did business to business. So, like, I would, like, be calling in regards of, like, a construction company and call local businesses to see if they had any construction needs. And I was good at that. But it's not selling Medicare or Medicaid. It's completely different.
Yeah.
These are businesses that
B2B,
have,
baby, B2B.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
It is 8:10. We'll close out the Mug and Ass St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. We have the drops of the week. We have Lisa Ann's glorious return here to the program, although I think she was on last week. Hell, I don't remember anything anymore.
No, she wasn't. She was in Sweden last week.
Switzerland.
No,
I
she
think
was
2
here.
weeks
She
ago.
was
She was
on.
on last week.
She
yeah.
was?
Yeah. And the Bernard Cutlery jobs, cuts of the week. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, designairservice.com. Well, Doug, if you waited to get that furnace maintenance check now, well, you're in it, because here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
We got a situation where we've got highs, mid-50s today. You won't see the 50s again, at the very least, through next Sunday.
You're going to need that furnace.
Yes,
it's
so
not getting
go
to
work
50
with
today
Seth
either.
Gold. Oh, really? Because I see 54 as a high.
I see high 40s maybe.
Well, you think it might not even get out of the 30s?
Well, again, it'll get out of the 30s, but it's not getting to 50.
Okay.
We're not seeing the 50s for a while, Jim.
Who are you putting your coat on? Where are you going?
We're going to a break after this.
Right, well, I'm just telling people about Design Air Heating and Cooling. And
okay.
work with Seth
Weren't you
Goldkamp.
I thought you were leaving.
DesignAirService.com. He's going to go chip on 18 again. DesignAirService.com. Work with Seth Goldkamp. Doug and I have to get our furnace maintained and checked up for the winter months. Work with the best, the official HVAC provider of TMA. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. An update, a Sapphic update on Hot Wife Autumn. Next on the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Totally Touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Nothing says barbecue like Naven's Barbecue. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a family gathering, Naven's Barbecue has an extensive menu for any palate. From slow-smoked Texas-style brisket to award-winning smoked chicken wings. All Naven's Barbecue is wood-smoked, and all their meat is from local and regional farmers. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for daily specials and holiday meal packages. Stop by their location at the intersection of Grand and Arsenal in South City today for the best barbecue in the STL. Online at navensbbq.com. That's NAVINSBBQ.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldkamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
The best authentic Southwestern cuisine awaits you at Santa Fe Bistro in Creve Coeur. Open for lunch and dinner with happy hour Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 2:30 to 4. Daily drink and entree specials and 72 tequilas, as well as a vast selection of beer on draft and by the bottle. Wear a jersey or team gear for Blues and NFL games and get a free drink with the purchase of an entree. Nothing says authentic Southwestern cuisine quite like Santa Fe Bistro, west of 270 on Olive. Same plaza as the old TGI Fridays location. Full menu at SantaFeBistroMO.com.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. and it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Firecrackers bursting, fireworks going off tonight. You and I are standing here watching the lights, surrounded by people gazing at the night sky. All right. There's friends and family and people you don't know. They're all lined up to see the big show. All that matters is what's up in the sky. All right. Switch it up on you guys. Oh, God. Add a little breakdown. There's firecrackers shooting in the sky, a bottle rockets on the 4th of July. Roman candle wars in my backyard. Run for me and you won't get too far. Sparklers, screamers, and streamers. Cherry bombs, smoke bombs with your moms. Kids playing with the poppers in the street. Burning them snakes all over the concrete. It's our 4th of July, so let's celebrate.
Talks about Independence Day. Bill Pullman's Independence Day. So good. It's the Appliance Discounters. Pitchy. It's the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. In the market for a new home appliance. Our 8 o'clock hour sponsor, Appliance Discounters, has what you need. Shop major brands like GE. Appliance Discounters have drastically lowered prices on installs, with select dishwashers being free. They also have huge GE cash rebates. It's Appliance Discounters. Coming up at 10 o'clock, Jackson and I will deal with it. Plus, we have the Little Piddle 6-shooter, which is huge.
Pew pew.
And the Colonel, Gabe DeArmond, will join us to get you ready for what is going to be considered, I think, the biggest upset of the year when Missouri goes into Knoxville and ends Tennessee's hopes for a national championship. So that'll be fun.
Would be a big upset.
Yeah, 20.5 points is what the number I'm saying.
Would just completely derail Tennessee. That'd be it for them.
To wrap it up.
Yeah.
Right now, I think Tennessee gets in the college football playoff. That's what I think is going to happen.
Probably so if they finish up.
That's what's going to happen.
They did not look very good against Georgia, but they're up against the best team in the country.
Talk about Missouri.
There you go.
No, I was thinking Georgia's probably number one.
Okay.
And Alabama had 2 very close losses. And
But they're out.
They're probably
They're
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Tennessee doesn't control their
They also had
destiny.
2 close wins. You got to remember that when they played Texas at Austin, and when they had to navigate Jimbo Fisher's disaster in College Station. And wasn't that game in Tuscaloosa?
Now, why are you doing the Dick Vermeil hands?
Dick Vitale?
Dick Vitale.
Dick Vermeil never
Dick
really.
Vermeil, he cried. Yeah, Dick
his eyes
Vitale.
like this.
I love Lawrence Phillips.
He really liked Wilbert Montgomery, though. That was the automatic trigger. Iggy is back, so Doug, I can do the update on Hot Wife Autumn.
Which one is this? We get so many fake stories.
It's the one to where she has a $10,000 ring working at the Slippery Turtle. The husband just lets him
Crystal
bang
City?
anybody. Yeah.
Crystal City.
Believable.
Mm-hmm.
Last night at 10:32, I received a message saying she's with me now.
Oh.
She can call into the podcast.
She's
Boom.
with me now. He
Call into what
received a
podcast
message.
at 10:30 last night? Who's doing a podcast at 10:30?
I think maybe the late night score, but unfortunately that only lasted 2 weeks, and it ended with a fight in the parking lot amongst the hosts at Ellen Fitzgerald's.
Well, the whole show is just pretty much background bar noise. You couldn't hear anybody. It's
What
like
was the
their
topics
mics-
discussed?
Their mics were too far away from them.
Well, there was unfortunately 3 of the hosts were on one side, and one of the hosts was on the other side, and it became a bit of a war amongst the hosts.
Oh.
Can I throw out the topic that they were talking about?
Doug?
I don't even say that for the book.
Well, it wasn't my show.
So
It won't be in my
secretive.
book.
Well, it was on the air. Sure, you can throw out the topic.
Yeah, I think they were talking about they wanted to talk about their sex lives. And the one didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, that's reasonable.
So they started yelling at her, and they got
I don't think they yelled
Why'd they yell
at
at
her.
her for
I don't
that?
think that's accurate. They didn't yell at her.
Well,
there was already some tension. Spent a lot of time on something that was losing money. It's what you want.
Didn't
That's why
non-gay
you get into radio.
dive onto the
He
table
did.
and started
And
cutting
then the
mics?
non-gay in a Bennington-esque first period Game 7 2019 Stanley Cup Finals save lapped out there to grab because one of the hosts was going to deliver fire and brimstone attack on her co-hosts in the radio station, and the non-ling grabbed the mic from her. He's a champion for that,
Put her
Doug.
down. Put her down.
I thought there was some yelling.
I mean, I suppose there may have been.
I don't know.
But either way, it was a delightful couple weeks. So I guess Hot Wife Autumn is going to call in to QFTA. And then I received this morning, learned last night, she has dated girls in the past and enjoys scissoring. Stop. There's no chance the boys are going to believe it, but it just keeps getting better. She was here for 3 hours. She's a borderline porn star with the S she's into.
Huh.
Hot Wife Autumn.
And who is this writing this information to us?
Anonymous.
Yeah. It's always anonymous. Always anonymous.
And this was 2 weeks ago, and it took them 2 weeks to find a girl that could get this script down.
Yeah, I can't believe it's gotten more unbelievable.
We should probably do a show live
Right.
from this bar in Crystal City and,
and see
and
what's
catch
doing.
out the scene. Probably what we should do.
2 weeks later, 10:40 in the evening. Hey, found a girl. We're not even going to call into the show. We're going to call into a podcast, though.
I guess you can talk more openly maybe on a podcast.
Yeah, that's why I wants to have her come on this thing, because she can cuss and make up stories where she can use words you couldn't use on this show and just
No, she didn't want to have me and Iggy.
cross-examine her, yeah. Because Tim believes it. Tim says,
I do. Doug, I'm a believer in Hot Wife Autumn.
Yeah, so go on the show that Tim believes.
It's a safe show.
You come on here, you're going to get grilled and ask questions you won't be able to answer because everything is going to be scripted for this girl.
Well, maybe this gentleman can arrange for her to appear on Pepper and Genie.
Every porn star in America has said scissoring hurts, but of course, this one enjoys it. This dimer 10-piece smoke show who works at a freaking bar in Crystal City. Woo.
Well,
I mean,
there's
this is
nothing wrong with
beyond
that
this
on
is
its
beyond a unicorn. This is Loch Ness Monster.
Oh.
Well, what he could have done, it had been very simple because he talks about all the tattoos she had on. She's a smoke show. I'm with her now. Picture, send to Tim. Where is it? It'd have been pretty simple to do that.
You sure would have. Yeah.
No,
Or
that
I'm
didn't
with her right now, Tim. Here's a picture just between me and you.
Didn't he
Nope.
say, I'm with her right now?
He did. It was
Okay,
at
well,
10:32.
here's a
I was
picture
already
of us.
hopped up on a wide variety of
Let's take a
pills.
picture. Here we are. Show your tattoos, Tim. Here we are.
Hot Wife Amber is just his hand, or Autumn.
Wife
With her now.
The name isn't Autumn. It's just it is a hot wife Autumn.
Doug, was it Hot Wife Summer? Then
I
it
don't
became
know
a
what
hot.
any of it means.
Short King Summer turned into Hot Wife Autumn.
What is her name? Cinnamon on Thursday nights at Larry Flint's? I mean, come on. That chick ain't no smoke.
Stephen Wildwood says the anonymous guy is not a liar. I know him personally. Stephen Wildwood, how about that?
How does everybody know this girl and this guy?
How would you know it
the
if he's,
only ones
if he's
that don't.
anonymous? If he's
Everyone
anonymous.
but us.
Only ones that are clueless.
Well, you know the guy. All right, so when he showed up at your pool one day at Ballpark Village where you both just stared at girls in thongs and he told stories, and you believe him?
What's the call-in number? I have a take, Doug. That's Big Don Johnson. You worked with him in Miami during the Miami Vice era. The number is 636-9004-TMA, and that is the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. Ryan Kelly is the title sponsor of this show, and I've got his website as thehomeloanexpert.com.
That's what it is. Maybe you need some extra money here at the holidays. He's got a way to get it. It's called a cash out refi. If you've been in your home for a few years, you know you have built up some equity. Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, can help you redo your loan, and borrow money at the same time. If the past couple of years have wreaked havoc on your bank account, the Home Loan Expert can help you refinance your current loan and get money to help get rid of credit card debt and get back on your feet. The Home Loan Expert's average client received over $54,000 in cash at closing with a simple cash-out refinance. And when you work with Ryan Kelly, he will structure your loan so you won't make a mortgage payment for a few months. That's relief we could all use right about now. It's been all over the news. Inflation out of control. Everything costs more, from gas to groceries. A cash-out refinance with the Home Loan Expert can put money in your pocket to ease the pain you're seeing at the cash register. Let Ryan Kelly, the Home Loan Expert, help you with a cash-out refi so you can get the cash you need no matter what the reason. Find out more about this program at thehomeloanexpert.com.
There it is. Why don't you work with Tommy Sabolka as well? He's part of the TMA ecosystem. VIP Auto Accessories. VIP Auto Accessories. Well, it's simple. It's van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles. And VIP offers quality and the ability to get it all done at one place. They're a full-service operation, a one-stop shop. They take the vehicle from point A to point Z. VIP saves you time and hassle. It's quicker to deal with VIP than 2 or 3 vendors with multiple locations. They're all local since 1979. They have employees who have been working there for 35 years, 41 years, 42 years, and again, they're 43 years old, so people stay there because it's a quality company, and Tommy Sabolka is a quality guy. 314-428-3900, that is the number for Tommy. Call him directly, or you can email him, tommy.cibulka@VIPAutoaccessories.com. That's VIPAutoaccessories.com. It is Friday, and that means it's time for Iggy's Drop Ups the Week.
Hit the lever, Plaza.
Iggy's Drops of the Week.
Nobody in Huntley sets up board meetings with people that have too much St. Charles in them.
I haven't smacked it today.
Don't address me as virgin.
What do you mean I have to have breast in there? Every once in a while, I'm looking for some really old Princess Fierce videos.
Sounds like a type of bird, a large-breasted assistant.
HR, what's that stand for?
That dude didn't last long at all. That's got to be the funniest thing for that other dude. Railing his chick from behind, watching him finishing up.
Oh.
You're getting topped because you don't know math.
I didn't think I was going to get topped because of it.
I think Neil deGrasso wants to sponsor it.
Neil deGrasso, Italian gentleman.
They play it a second time, like an encore. Yeah, then you'd have to see the nips.
Do any of your friends ever say, "Hey, Jackson, nice top"?
It's none of your business.
Look, if we're DMing orders,
we've already heard
right
about your masturbation schedule. Now this suddenly isn't my business.
I mean, that's going to be sweet, sweet release.
Put your hole where your mouth is.
What does friend of the feather mean?
Any weenies on a stick?
What is with the fish? This was the very first trip where I didn't pack condoms, and I did it intentionally.
Eli Drinkwitz is a fraud, bro. He is not an offensive guru.
Sure, I'd sell my Utro.
When I lived in Bermuda, I wore nothing but Speedos.
I just assumed it was Iggy because the way your microphone is very erect right now.
I was at spring training, and I had the day off. Cardinals were out of town. And I said, find a nudist resort.
That would have to be gaped to see it.
Hey, they mentioned my name on the radio, everybody at Angry Beaver. Hear me?
You did? I didn't know that, Iggy.
That strikes me as startling. What's wrong?
I haven't been horny.
And they're not even close games.
What makes you say that?
Well, the scores.
Just got to find a good chick to hang out with, Iggy.
Anytime you want to sell me one of your used pairs of European boy panties, just let me know.
How much you think
I'll even pay double if there happens to be a dollop of mud left on
Oh! How much?
That's right.
Can't have kids if you can't get hard.
I don't want breast.
I don't dislike hockey. I just don't really truly care about it.
Did anyone else's hair stand up on the back of their neck when Casey was like, Iggy won't let anyone pass him in the hallway?
What am I pouting about?
Well, it's Blocko, so you just
okay, Blocko.
Are you going to hit the ball with a lower trage then, Doug?
Well, I will, yeah. I'll trage it down.
Mommy, where'd you get that info?
We're in St. Louis, Doug. This place sucks.
Okay. The only time he was ever interested in multiple orgasms was right before the first one.
I mean, if you want to compare closets, let's go.
Look at those cheeks. Please, take my daughter.
I can't work any less harder.
It was a foursome, and one of them still needed a toy.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week.
There you go, Doug. Really strong week. You feel good about the work you do when you hear that.
It just feels important.
Right.
It feels like what we do is important stuff. We're not just wasting our lives on a bunch of gibberish nonsense.
Right.
It's important material that we need to get out there.
Now let's tell Alex her name is Casey, not K-C.
Excuse me?
What now?
I heard him go, yeah, and if you heard K-C, like her initials are KC. Her name is Casey.
Oh.
There's no pause in between.
That's what you took from that last cut?
Well, that's what I heard Lick say.
Big Don Johnson says he's tried calling.
Yeah, sure you have.
No, like
Balderdash.
you can text.
Balderdash, I like that.
Yeah, that's not a bad word.
I think just a text would, be fine.
So call in 636-900-42TMA. Bobby Tejas says, I know that Steve knows the anonymous guy and can confirm. Bobby Tejas.
How does anyone know the anonymous guy if he's indeed anonymous?
Dude, like, we don't know if this chick even exists. It's not necessary. We know the guy is real.
Well, the text is coming in next is going to be, yeah, I know Bobby Tejas, and Bobby Tejas does know Steve, and Steve does know that guy, so it's going to be a whole revolving door all day now.
Well, it wouldn't shock you if there was an attractive girl working at a bar or restaurant in the Festus Crystal City area, would it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It would?
Yes.
You don't think that's possible?
No.
Why is it not possible?
It's Festus.
I heard a commercial.
And also,
the other
like,
day.
she's technically looks like a porn star and is married, and her husband openly just winks at guys and goes, "All right, have her."
That's the part that gets fishy.
Come on.
I'm sure you could find some attractive people working at bars and restaurants.
Have you ever seen the Maytag commercial, The Loneliest Guy in Town?
Gordon Jump.
Yeah. I heard a commercial the other day, and this person has to be the loneliest person in the state.
Who's that?
The commercial, I don't know what the commercial was promoting, but it said, contact the Festus Tourism Board. What the hell does this guy do?
Oh, I don't know.
Boy, Festus taking shrapnel like
Really
from Pepper and
are.
Genie.
But the Festus Tourism Board?
Well,
what would that consist of?
Are they close to the river down there, Mississippi River?
Not surprised.
People go fishing down there? Or, I don't know.
The
campground area?
How does Festus have a tourism board? Who's calling that number? Hey, we're planning a trip to Festus. What can we do? Let me go through all the things you can do in Festus. That's got to be the most boring job in the world.
I don't know.
I bet that gets
Nothing against Festus, but come on.
Nothing.
A tourism board?
You let the city have it pretty good.
Hey, you did. I'm stunned. I'm alarmed. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines, Big Don Johnson.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hi, Big Don Johnson.
Hey, as a Festus resident,
Pepper and Genie are about to get it.
The tourism board's booming. We're getting a Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, wow.
Line up. We're getting one. They're hiring now if you need a new job. So, yeah, as a resident, one. Secondly, also as a resident of the Twin City proper, there's no way that this hot wife Crystal City sitch is real.
Thank you.
Absolutely fake. I don't even know of a bar in Crystal City.
Oh, really?
The one that is there is closed. It's called The Office.
The Office.
Yeah. So no way this is real. Do I believe hot wifing in the St. Louis proper is real? Absolutely. Especially at the Lake of the Ozarks. But there's no way this is real. Whoever this guy is.
Is the Lake of the Ozarks, Big Don Johnson, is that a hotbed of hot wife activity?
As I've described previously, I would say that, yes, especially during those prime summer months. Take a view on Twitter, and you'll find a lot of risque hot wifing sitches docked up at the Party Cove.
So you know what a hot wife, the definition is, right?
Correct.
Okay, where the wife is allowed to go sleep with whoever she wants. So there's a lot of that going on in the Ozarks. A lot of guys are just pimping out their wives. They go take her.
Honestly, yeah, you'd be shocked.
I'm sure there's a lot of cheating going on down there, but I don't know about hot wifing.
Well, do this research yourself, but it's definitely out there, and there's. Okay, well.
I'm on Festus.
Big Don Johnson doesn't know how to respond.
I'm on Festus Tourism, and outside of city council meetings, they have book clubs.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a fun
We got
time.
a public library. The Roaring Fighting Festus Tigers are pretty good at football.
St. Pius you got down there, right?
Yeah, we don't claim them.
So people are traveling to Festus to do these things?
I'm
To go to a
I'm saying.
book
There's
club?
no way that's real. Oh, well, I don't partake in the book club.
And you live there. There's no way people are coming from out of town to go to a book club.
Is it possible it's a place where people go deer hunting or fishing or hiking trails?
I would say there's definitely fishing if you really want to get that deep into it. But
yeah, well, there's you can go fishing at
It's not
Tillis
a whole
Park
lot.
too. Is there tourism board for Tillis Park to come fishing?
Couldn't tell you.
All right.
But
Well, at least you agree with us that this hot wife thing is fake.
yes, totally fake. Yeah, that's all I got for you boys.
Fake
Happy Friday.
just because there's not a bar in Crystal City? Because we don't know for sure she's in Crystal City, right? We just thought she was in the Twin City region proper. Either Festus or Crystal City.
I still don't think it's real. Now, you might be onto something with the snaggletooth broad, limping around here somewhere through Festus trying to get some action, but there's no way it's a hot wifing sitch.
Well, there are attractive women in Festus, aren't there? Sure there are.
I mean, it's all relative, right, Doug?
Well, I'm sure there are. It's bigger than what a lot of people think it is, right?
One man's Festus
It's like-
2 is another man's Festus 9. You don't know.
That's right, exactly.
I think it's just the name that makes it
some
sound.
as you guys would say, some people like some things.
Well, sure
some
they
people
do.
like other things.
Yeah.
Big Don Johnson, thank you for the report. Big Don Johnson reporting
All right,
live.
Big Don.
He is on the scene
What a
in
nice guy.
Festus covering this story. And Doug, Hot Wife Autumn, another chapter unfolds.
You think there would be a better local news opportunity to just chase down stories like this? Not do real news, just hear rumors about certain things going on in St. Louis.
Who's your
Send
investigative
live
reporter?
reporters out there.
Who does your investigative
Do
report?
man on the street stuff.
Who's your investigative reporter?
Lauren Traeger, I think, is the number one.
Lauren Traeger?
Yeah.
I'm Lauren Traeger. We are on site here in Crystal City, and as you can see, there's not one bar I can find here. We are looking for the hot wife.
Well, I wouldn't drag her into it necessarily. I think it's going to take a different sort of journalist.
Hedonism Chuck says, guys, didn't the guy who emailed in to QFTA say it was a small bar in Illinois? Last time I checked, Crystal City is in Missouri, but I will continue studying it. That's from Hedonism Chuck.
I don't remember the Illinois part.
He did.
Oh, you did say Illinois?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we get Crystal City Festival?
You guys kept saying it, so I was just going to let it run. I said,
The slippery turtle.
Jackson, much like with the texters on 101 ESPN, has given up.
I mean, it was said, I kept correcting it. I was like, all right, never mind. I'll
Let's
just
send
let
our reporter
it run.
across the river then and track it down there.
So, Doug, does Big Don Johnson's testimony really have anything to do with this?
No.
It's completely moot.
In fact, the tagline for our live reporter in Festus is going to be, in a breaking development, I'm in the wrong city completely.
And this adds another layer to the story.
Right. I'm headed to Illinois now, the land of Lincoln. Back to you, Steve.
Catch you at 10.
By the time this guy comes up with anything with this girl, it's going to be hot wife winter.
Boys, I know Bobby Tejas, and Bobby Tejas knows Stephen Wildwood, and Stephen Wildwood does know Anonymous. Thanks, that's Big Bush Australian.
All right, well.
Everybody knows him but us.
Keep the chain going.
Gosh, and all the trashing we did of Festus in Crystal City, they did not have it coming.
Guys, the thing is, this story is probably real, but the people involved are way uglier than what everyone is probably picturing in their mind. Just think of the type of people in Crystal City who would listen to this show. Damn. And that's why I think it's real. Thanks. That's from Mr. Licks. But Doug, as we found out, it was not Crystal City, and it was something that Jackson has known for days, but just gave up the ship and didn't even bother.
When I think of Crystal
trying to
City,
correct.
I think of Bill Bradley, who went on to Princeton and
I've
became an
never met-
NBA All-Star and a United States Senator. That's what Crystal City produced.
Never met him.
But you've heard of him, haven't you?
I guess.
I got a picture of me and Bill Bradley at the old 590.
Yeah, it couldn't have been a classier guy.
Yeah, he was great.
Doug, there were high hopes for his presidential campaign and just never really got going.
Right. He didn't have a whole lot of personality. He was kind of a low-key guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably hurt him more than anything. Because he was a fantastic guy, very impressive.
Wasn't he a senator? Or was he
Yes, New Jersey
Jersey,
senator.
baby, Jersey. Guys, just to let you know, you spent a half hour and a phone call on an asinine topic and then didn't even have the right area. Thanks. That's from Wolf Boy.
Or the state.
Yep.
Well, we sniffed it out.
Yep, that's it.
We're journalists, and we discovered that we had the wrong city, and that becomes part of the story.
But now we know in the future, if there is one that is in Crystal City, we know there's not a bar there.
Right.
Well, this story's been going on for so long, we forgot where he was.
It's been a difficult trail to follow.
He's trying to hire a girl to talk on a podcast. It takes a little bit.
Hire.
Well, I don't care where it's at. It's fake.
Well, do we have a city in Illinois now we can track down?
Let's just say Columbia and get it over with.
It's close. Yeah.
What's that place that had that thing blow up? Was that Pontoon Beach? Is that in Illinois?
Didn't they have a strip club there that burnt?
Is Pontoon Beach Illinois, or is that Missouri?
I don't get there enough to know.
Is that where the Sacks live? Because it's on.
Steve Sachs, Doug, had a problem with throwing it from second to first.
I meant the
It's in Illinois. Madison County, Illinois.
Yeah, that was my Hito friends lived there. And it was their house that blew up. And all of her dildos and Hito pictures went flying out of the house.
Oh,
And they were all over the ground.
Their personal house blew up?
Yeah.
And were they killed?
No, they weren't home at the time. But I think it
And
turned
the
out.
Hito pictures were scattered over the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think
like Polaroids?
Dildos at a crime scene.
There was a picture. There was a picture of, and you could see the like dildos and all kinds of pictures, naked pictures.
Doug, we got to give credit when people call the shots. Manupal, eligible before the story was told, said, "Here comes the Pontoon Beach exploding dildo story again."
No, there's no way you did that before I said it.
You did.
Jackson and I can vouch.
How would you know I was going to mention Pontoon Beach?
Because he told the story before.
Yeah, but we weren't talking about Pontoon Beach.
I assume you brought up Pontoon Beach, probably so you could tell the Pontoon Beach dildo story again.
Well, we mentioned, you said cities in Illinois.
Right.
Doug, would you like to tell a story about Chicago?
No, there's more cities in Illinois than just Pontoon Beach.
Doug, whose city is Chicago?
Chicago's my town, see?
Well, we're talking about little podunk cities in Illinois that you can get to from Missouri.
Podunk. That's not nice.
We can get to all
Anywhere.
of them from
Well,
here.
podunk, Pontoon Beach is not a huge metropolis.
Guys, the Hoosier trifecta has just hit. Pontoon Beach, house blows up, and hedonism. Thanks. That's from the 618.
Yeah.
Hoosier trifecta.
I don't remember what the story
If there's any place where you would expect a house to blow up, it is Pontoon Beach.
I think they ended up being found guilty. I think they did it themselves for the insurance, I believe.
Well, when you buy 50 dildos, you're in a position
Yeah,
where
You
there's
think
no
you get your
resale
stuff
on
out of there.
Well, it has to be believable. It's like, oh, I lost all my dildos.
What is the deal with like having multiple dildos?
Options. Options.
But I mean,
Well,
is it
you
like
always want
shoe
options.
collection to where I guess you have 50 pairs of shoes? It's kind of a fun thing to.
DOTD.
Wow.
Dildo of the day.
We flew to Miami together, and I spent the night in their hotel room.
Who, a dildo?
The couple. We flew to Miami together, and then we spent the night in Miami.
What
and had
couple?
dinner. The couple whose house blew up in Pontoon Beach.
Oh,
Were they hot wifing?
They were swingers.
I didn't even know we were still on.
So you went down with them as like the sexual
I didn't know
valet?
this is something I feel like I've never heard before, which is stunning.
No, we were going together. We hit it off online. We met. Denny P had this page. Where
Denny P.
Denny
Perkins?
Pasternak.
Okay.
Denny Pasternak. He had like a hedonism site that he put together. Wet, Wild, and Wicked was the week I'd go. He put that on, and he had a site where you could go and see who was going that week.
Sure.
And a lot of people would post pictures and it said where they're from. And I saw a couple that were close to me, and we just kind of emailed back and forth. And they said, we're going the night before to Miami and then taking an early morning flight to Hito. You want to go to Miami with us? So we all went together, and we had dinner that night, probably Joe's Crab Shack, I think.
Fancy.
And
Joe's Stone Crab.
yeah. And I hate the stone crabs. You can't get those things open. But then we went back to the hotel, and they had another couple from New Orleans that met them in
Steve
Miami.
Sparky Pfeiffer. Was he there?
I think his name was Steve. And they were in one bed. The other couple was in another bed. And at some point,
Where were you?
I was on the floor. But at some point, I crawled into their bed.
And did what?
We had some fun.
Did you say what a comeback?
How long did you spend on the floor before you decided the time is right to get up on the bed?
I wasn't going to. They called me into the bed.
Go that off.
Feeling bad for you that you were on the floor?
Well, I wasn't going to try anything. I was just there to have fun that night. Had a nice dinner. We're going to get to Hito at like 8:30 in the morning.
Well, yeah, you were.
Which is great.
Nice timing.
But they just said, Iggy, you can come join us. Okay, I'm not crawled in.
What was the arrangement? Was
like I was a little kid having a nightmare, and I crawled into mommy and dad's bed ready.
Was it husband, wife, you, or was it husband, you, wife, in the bed?
It was the three of us.
Right, but
Did
how
you
was
have an MMF?
What was the format?
No, he didn't do anything.
Were you in the middle?
Did you sleep with her?
I ended up doing nothing. We just kind of cuddled.
Like you ever
No.
cuddle with a guy?
With a stranger?
Fondled.
No.
He was nothing. He was another guy that just watched. He just kind of laid there, and he wasn't going to do anything. He was going to sleep.
And this room was based on double occupancy.
Yeah, and the other,
And you have five of you in
actually,
there. You have a little
actually wanted the New Orleans lady because she was hot, but they kind of kept to themselves. They had sex.
When is it okay to kiss a guy?
So I guess I could have been cucked at some point because I was watching them have sex.
Holy crap, this guy's telling his story again. And you're letting him. You are culpable of feeding into this. That's from Vince Vaughn's entrails.
I don't believe I ever told that.
Raby says, how does it always get creepier? It shouldn't be mathematically possible at this point. It's from Chris Raby.
I don't think I've told that story before. Maybe I have.
I definitely haven't heard it.
I mean, I tell a lot of them. I don't
I've
remember
heard that one either. The couple from New Orleans was also going to Hito.
How long have I been on this show now? 5, 6 years?
Seems like seems like forever.
1, 2, 3.
I can't remember what stories I've told.
No.
4.
Yeah, they were friends of the Pontoon Beach couple, and they met in Miami. They were from New Orleans, and we all flew up together.
And they were all going to Hito, which explains why they felt comfortable sharing a hotel room.
Well, yes.
With squad goals.
3 other people.
Yeah.
And going ahead and engaging while the others were in the room.
Well, yes, they were both couples were swingers.
He was underneath, and I was underneath doing it with him.
Is that accurate?
No.
He was talking about Pat Ewing.
Did nothing. He just kind of laid there and was sleeping and going to sleep, and we just kind of followed each other. There was no real sex.
Just heavy petting.
Yeah, and then a couple from New Orleans were having sex.
Yeah, that couple was. Yeah.
I was more interested to watch them.
Oh.
Because she was good looking.
You didn't go back down to the floor either, did you, that night?
No, I fell asleep in the bed.
Yeah.
Mr. Licks just sending a picture of the guy? How does he have a picture of the guy?
It's probably all over the Miami News.
DennyP.com. There's a website called DennyP.com. Is that it?
Yeah, that's Denny's site. Wet, Wild, and Wicked.
Mr. Licks.
Oh.
God, this is so awkward.
I've got a landing strip.
There's like profiles of all these swingers.
I would have to see his wife's picture.
So when you were lying on the floor, were you naked there?
I think I had underwear on. We weren't at Hito yet.
Okay.
Guys, there is a damning video produced on Iggy's book up on the fan page. How's there a damning video? It's like somebody's been working on a 60-minute story.
Somebody watching me in the house?
Mr. Licks is sending in a lot of pictures. That's what I know. I don't know about the 60-minute story here.
You say on the fan page?
It's on the fan page.
I'm not getting on my phone.
These pictures of Licksters in the inner. They're hilarious.
Oh, is he picking Denny P site?
Let's see.
I haven't been to Denny's P site in like 10 years.
They have pictures of the swingers that are going to be there?
No, on Denny's site, you can post a picture of yourself. And I posted some of myself on there.
Did you?
But you have to be a member to get in there. I don't know how they're getting these pictures.
You were a member?
Yeah.
How old were you when you did this?
This is rough. I mean, you know, some people like some.
Right. God bless if this is your thing.
You know.
Isn't there a risk of people canceling their vacation plans when they see the other people that are going to be there?
Oh, my God. All right. I'm out.
Oh, dog, this one.
It's enough
will
text.
Wrap it up.
This is enough text inbox for the day.
Mr. Licks is just firing in pictures.
I mean, there's some of me on there that I didn't think anybody could see.
Mr. Licks is going to see your ween.
I don't think I posted a ween pic. I might have. I don't know.
What was the purpose of posting pictures of yourself?
So you kind of know what people look like when you get down there. You can kind of say, "Oh yeah, you're Kenny. I saw you on Denny P's site. Nice to meet you." You kind of.
Doug, are you ever on Denny P's to see
I haven't
what's
been. First time hearing about it. And this happened recently, right? Because the internet's only been around since, what, the mid-'90s?
Yeah, I haven't been on Denny P's site in 10, 12 years.
That's how old I am when the mid-'90s is recently. It was 25 years ago.
I mean, people are
I was
finding,
born in the late 90s.
Yeah.
People are finding my trip reports somehow. When I do a trip report.
Site, DENNYP.com.
I believe that's where Mr. Licks is pulling
I'm on a message board here. Male chastity cages and the cuck hot wife scenario at Hito.
That's it. It's all about Hito and
So
Denny's.
guys put themselves in a chastity cage?
Bro, this was November of 2022.
I don't know what's going on in that place.
I am not a cuck, but we are going to Hito in March and hope to experience the hot wife lifestyle. I enjoy my wife with other men and no problem experiencing this when we stayed at Hito.
Well, I guess
There is
so,
a number
yeah.
of interested men in having sex with my wife.
Duh.
Clip it off.
What does your wife look
What, does he bring up wearing a chastity cage?
This one is, we enjoy all sorts of play as a couple, but lately we've been doing a lot of cuck hot wife fantasy play, including occasional use of a male chastity cage. We were wondering, 1, are male chastity cages allowed on the nude side of the resort? 2, how common is the cuck hot wife scenario encountered at Hito? I'm sure it will always be a small subgroup in any lifestyle, but we're wondering how rare or common it might be at Hito. We're not new to the lifestyle.
How do you get a chastity cage through customs?
And how would that be appropriate on a beach?
Chastity cage? You
big-
gonna put yourself in prison
Isn't that what
because
he
you
said?
can't control
Chastity cage?
yourself?
Yeah, now I'm going to look up chastity cage.
Are they allowed on the nude beach? That means you're bringing your own.
So you're
big
walking
is the
around and
cage?
your ween is in like a jail cell as you're at the beach? Doug.
Oh, Jesus
Shame.
Christ.
Shame.
What happened, Plowhawk?
I dipped into a chastity cage on
Flip it
Hubbard.
off.
It's already ordered.
Oh, God. It's on Hubbard's.
We got one coming?
1995 at Home Depot.
Who's going to go claim that from Jody when she says we have a package?
It looks like a car part for your shocks.
Oh.
Like in your like it's so long and springy,
You know-
but it's also very much so metal.
You know how the rich show has punishments? Maybe we should, for a week, the loser of something has to wear a chastity cage.
Oh, man.
From 7 to 10.
This may be one of the funniest segments we've done in a while. 'Cause I'm enjoying it. Oh, we could do a whole segment on Denny P's side if you wanted to.
I
Let's
don't
keep
even know if
sending
I'm
in
on the right
pictures.
site. This site looks like it wasn't there's no pictures or anything. It looks
Is there anything on there with Wet,
Denny
Wild, and
P
Wicked?
travel.
Yeah, have you
Guys-
been to Wet, Wild, and Wicked page yet? That's where all that stuff
How
is.
many pages are there? Guys, this message board on Denny P's site is basically the fan page 2.0. It is essentially Iggy arguing with strangers about proper etiquette and hedonism. Thanks. That's from glove vlogger Tom Traver.
I don't think I'm on the right site. Mine doesn't look like it's up
Oh, the site, it looks like from the screenshots, is not well developed. I would describe it as.
Wet, Wild, and Wicked. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Finally.
it's coming up. It's coming up. It's usually the second to third week in December.
What is it, archives?
If you're going to hedonism,
Activities?
isn't a chastity cage the last thing you want? Or does it just show that you're some sort of sexual criminal that has to be
he's-
encaged?
No, he wants to be a cuck.
He
So,
wants to be.
if you're
and
wearing
the
a
only way for him to
cage-
pull that off.
is by wearing a little jail cell around his ween.
While his wife is banging someone else, he wants to cuck himself.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
That's his kink.
Doug, I have an obligation as prosecutor. If a gentleman is watching his wife have sex with another gentleman and he's wearing a chastity cage, is he a cuck?
Yeah, because he wants to be a cuck. That's the whole point of wearing that.
Well, couldn't he do it without the cage and
No.
save $19.99?
It's basically his wife saying, get over there and cover that thing because you're a loser. I'm
But what if she
banging this
doesn't berate him and he's just sitting there and his ween is in this little jail cell?
I think the chastity cage is enough of a bereavement or beratement. If that's a
Enough of a
word.
what?
Bereavement.
Beratement.
You got
Not
it.
punishment.
Yeah, if you're being berated because she's making you wear a chastity cage, I think that's enough.
I would think.
He just said he wanted to be a cuck. He said, "What's the cuck hot wife situation down there?" So he wants to be a cuck. Now, if you want to be a cuck, you're a cuck.
If you want to be, I thought you
It gets down to
couldn't.
want to.
But if you give permission to your wife to sleep with someone else, but and you're wearing a chastity cage, are you a cuck?
Look, if the dude's calling himself a cuck,
Who's going to argue with him?
yeah, he's got to be a cuck if he wants to be called one.
And the chastity cages are metal. It's 100 degrees on a beach. Can you
Oh,
imagine?
so nice.
Falling
oily.
asleep like tanning with
Oh.
that belt on, it just basically singes.
Imagine the odor once you remove it.
Oh, God, it's so hot. Like,
Doug, if you're out with the family for a walk on the beach in the morning and a gentleman approaches you with his ween in a little jail cell chastity cage, do you go the other way or do you keep walking toward?
Well, when I was in Tampa, I saw a guy who must have been 50 with a big pot belly walking around with just the tiniest little string thong bathing suit. Walk back up and down the beach in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's Miami.
No, it's Tampa.
Not Tampa. No,
St.
that's
Pete, actually.
something you don't see a lot of. I'm guarantee you don't. Hey, is there any hot wife cuck situations going on down here? I'd even walk up and ask somebody that.
They do it on the websites.
Well, I guess so. He's trying to find out.
Yeah.
Anybody answer him yet?
Mr. Lex seems to be.
this website's so bad.
If anyone here would have experience with a chastity cage, I think it would be you, Iggy.
Why would I put my ween in a chastity cage?
Flip that off.
To control yourself.
I don't need to control myself.
Because you're so frisky.
I'm going on like day 9 of doing anything.
Really? You're still?
Yeah, I just been so busy lately.
Boy,
and I
retention season.
Yeah, were you waiting for the Blues to win?
No. Hey,
that was your protest.
I'm not jerking. You guys win a game. Hurry up. I'm horny.
We'll bring that up to Lead with Balloon Party. See how it plays. You can text in, as many people are doing. Engineer Design Facilities text inbox, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF's fire division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. EDF can handle all of your company's security and surveillance needs, from surveillance cameras to access card readers to facial recognition software and everything in between. It's Engineer Design Facilities, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. Email them at fire@edf-rg.com or go online at edf-rg.com. It's Engineered Designed Facilities. And what you should do is you should think about it. You should also think about family golf. Now, hey, here's the deal, Doug. It's cold now, and we can't do anything about it. There's nothing we can do for the next 5 or 6 months. That's what we got.
Not much we can do. Just hope.
But you can still keep your game sharp with Family Golf's winter simulator leagues, their indoor short game area, the scoring lab. Those winter simulator leagues are Monday and Tuesdays, 5 p.m., 7 p.m. tee times, and it goes all the way through March. Sign up at familygolfonline.com and play or practice on one of their TrackMan simulators, or improve your short game in the indoor training room, the scoring lab. It is outstanding. I love to go there. The people at Family Golf, first class, wonderful instructors. Learn, practice, and play your best golf at Family Golf. FamilyGolfOnline.com. Lisa Ann's going to join us in 4 minutes, and we'll ask her if she's ever seen a wean cage on a gentleman. What is it called? The chastity cage? There's a chastity belt, though. Chastity belt and chastity cage.
That's for her.
I think the cage is just like the simple act of trapping your love. And I think the belt is like a whole other like accoutrement that you wear around it. It gets the same thing done.
It's basically like the GIMP mask for your penis.
More or less. I feel like you get a 2-for-1 deal with like that thing from Clockwork Orange that keeps your eyes open. So you have to be caged and you have to watch the whole time. Like that's the ultimate cuckold.
God, could you imagine a dude walking naked with a GIMP mask and a chastity cage? That's it.
It's like Alcio on the shuffleboard courts.
Is that good or bad for property value?
I don't want to imagine that.
I can't tell you how times have changed at the Wet, Wild, and Wicked trip. I'm looking at this is their attendee list from the summer of 2022 this year in July.
Oh, okay, recent.
Denny P goes because he puts the thing on. Denny P is 69. You have Glenn 68 and Veronica 54. Malcolm 65. Lorraine 62. Jeff and Sean 59 and 54. Wayne, Jensen Beach, Florida 88.
Oh, come on, Wayne. Shut it down. Retire, man.
Oh, God.
So is there anyone under 50 going?
I've yet to see. 46 is the lowest I've seen so far.
Oh, God.
Do you think that could be like a Danny Almonte situation, though?
Yeah. Well, wait,
here's 60.
Here's David 40 and Carrie 42. That's as close as I've seen to under 40.
Kids.
Sporting.
Oh, my God.
This is at Hito. This is at Hito?
Yeah. I don't see anybody from St.
Wayne
Louis
is
either.
absolutely setting the tone.
Yeah, Wayne is 88, Doug, and he is down there banging them 2 at a time.
Which one is he wet, wild, or is he wicked?
Martin and Michelle didn't even put their age up there.
Oh.
If they're in blue, you can pull them up and fun-seeking couple ready for a fun relaxation. No pictures. I can't see anything. I'm just looking for pictures.
Usually when there's no pictures, there's
just give
best.
us weight. If you don't have pictures, just how about weight?
Eyeball it.
Yeah, give me your stats.
Guys, just to be clear, Wayne is still throw and pull. Impressive. That's some cock supreme. Don't you like that throw and pull?
I don't care for it.
From Jensen,
One who's got
Florida.
the Viagra concession down there. He's got to be making a fortune.
88. God love him.
Wayne will join us.
I'd love to get Wayne on.
That needs to be a Blue Chew mascot. That dude is.
Do they sell that down there, Iggy? Do they have little kiosk with the Blue Chew? Or?
We did a Viagra party one night.
But off. So much to
He
clip off.
said that so matter-of-factly.
Well, we didn't need it, but it was just fun.
No one needs it.
Woke up the next morning, I'm still hanging wet towels off that thing.
Wonderful. All right, we have Lisa Ann joining us. Send your 2-part questions, and we'll ask her about chastity cages. 314-881-TMA5. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. We can ask her.
We will.
I doubt it.
Questions. 314-881-TMA5. And Michelob Ultra. Let me see what I got. Oh, I got 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. Enjoy one or two this weekend. While Missouri shocks the world in Knoxville, Tennessee. Michelob Ultra Studios. Design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. The Bernardi Cutlery Cuts of the Week and Lisa Ann all coming your way in this award-winning Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. This closes out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning.
Nothing says barbecue like Naven's Barbecue. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a family gathering, Naven's Barbecue has an extensive menu for any palate. From slow-smoked Texas-style brisket to award-winning smoked chicken wings. All Naven's Barbecue is wood-smoked, and all their meat is from local and regional farmers. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for daily specials and holiday meal packages. Stop by their location at the intersection of Grand and Arsenal in South City today for the best barbecue in the STL. Online at navensbbq.com. That's NAVINSBBQ.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and right now, this is a unique time, and I'm here with Ryan Kelly. And Ryan, what can you tell our listeners about this moment in American history?
Well, it's the perfect time to buy a house. Yeah. When you think about that, knowing that you can get a house significantly less today than a year ago, I mean, that's a win-win, right? And mortgage rates are definitely a little higher than they were a year ago. But at thehomeloanexpert.com, we have a saying: you marry the house, you date the rate. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Let's talk. It all starts today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' totally touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's totally time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
You're hearing hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com. The most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Butter me up, Daddy.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Doug, I got to let you know that my son, who just turned 5, is a fan of this song, and I've got to maybe look in the mirror on the parenting.
Yeah, tone it down just a little bit.
As long as you don't show him the video.
Does he know what it means, or is he just like the...
I don't think he knows what it means,
No.
but he hears the way I talk and then adopts some of the phrasing.
Oh.
And that, of course, is my wife's fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's not mine.
Yeah. How's that going to play in kindergarten?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ryan Kelly Morning After's 9 o'clock hour. What a 9 o'clock hour we have for you from the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, where you can catch the game and a pint at one of the 2 locations in Sunset Hills and downtown. And Eddie McVeigh texted me yesterday, after 4 months of all of the renovations getting ready for STL City, the downtown location opens today at 11 a.m. Eddie McVeigh. God, we love Eddie McVeigh. 4-month remodel.
Good for Eddie.
I saw him yesterday. He was excited.
Oh, you saw him? I didn't see him. He was here?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless America. I didn't see him. I was probably balloon partying.
You were.
All right. Well, he's a great one. So if you are going to be downtown, check out the all-new Maggie O'Brien's, opening them after a 4-month renovation. It is our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, and we will be joined by Lisa Ann for the Tullamore Dew Fantasy Football Friday 2-part questions. 314-881-TMA5. We will have the Bernardi Cutlery Cuts of the week the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. A lot to work with after really what was an award-winning Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. So there it all is, and what you should do is probably think about it and think about what you're going to enjoy this weekend as far as beverages go, because we've got a nice little thing here for you. Making a delicious drink should be as easy and simple as pouring a glass of wine, and now it is, thanks to Batch and Bottle's new ready-to-serve cocktails, all containing super premium spirits like the Hendrick's Gin Martini, Glenfiddich Single Malt Manhattan, Reka Rhubarb Cosmo, and Monkey Shoulder Lazy Old Fashioned. Don't spend your next party in the kitchen shaking and stirring while your guests have a good time without you. Like a cock, treat them and treat yourself to Batch and Bottle's premium ready-to-serve cocktails. Batch and Bottle premium pre-batch cocktails, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York. And I believe we're going right to New York right now to talk it over with Lisa Ann. Good morning, Lisa Ann.
Good morning. You know, whenever you can throw in like a cuck for a read, it's fascinating to me. It's brilliant. It's just so well done there, Tim.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Lisa Ann. It's nice when the advertisers get the show and they insert the cuck references into the advertising copy. That is when it's a real treat. I'm literally reading copy when I say like a cuck.
I thought you personalized that. Good for them. That makes me want to support their brand even more.
There you go. Batch and Bottle. We were just having a wonderful discussion. Doug thought it might have been our best segment yet.
I didn't say
that. Wow, Doug. All these years and you finally peaked?
I never said that.
In which a gentleman posted a message on a hedonism website saying he was going to wear, what was it called, a chastity cage?
Yes.
Have you ever had a situation where a gentleman was sporting a chastity cage in a scene or just in your personal life?
I recently received a direct message that I probably should not have opened on OnlyFans. And is the chastity cage the clamp that goes just directly down on the unit?
Clip that off. Plowhawk, you're the one who's been viewing these and ordering them for us.
It looks like a spring that is like in your car. You
Like
know
a
what I mean?
mole trap?
Like it's circular around the unit, and it has like a big silver tip that goes on the head, and it goes all the way to the shaft, so you can see skin in between the rings.
This is what I saw.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, it's amazing that at 50 I can see something I've never seen before. And it was also very tight. This man had it clamped down on him, so he was like coming through. And I was wondering, like, what propels someone to need this level of, I'm not judging, hate to each his own, right? But it just it was odd. It was very odd, and it was alarming. I looked at it, I was like, wow, it looks like braces for a unit.
Oh, so hot. So hot.
We were also wondering, have you ever been to hedonism?
I have not. Do you want to go, Ig?
No, I'm done with that place, but
What happened? Was there a bad experience, or it got played out?
no, they just kind of changed the deal I had.
Oh.
He used to go free, and now he doesn't go free. Let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah, they want to charge me, so I'm done.
That's fantastic. Anywhere you can go for free, especially when you can look at naked people for free. Fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of porn stars have been there, though.
We just saw the roster of people that are going, and one of the gentlemen was 88 years old.
Wayne.
Most were well into their 60s.
I think the reason, Iggy, a lot of porn stars used to go there a lot is because it was a great place to shoot, right? They would get content, they'd meet other people and network with swingers. But now that's changed. They don't really like cameras around because not everybody wants to be on camera. But yeah, I've seen a lot of naked people in my life, and I didn't see a reason to fly to a different place to see more, especially not as attractive or maybe people that I just don't want to see naked.
There's one movie that was put out because of my suggestion.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, I used to be. I haven't talked to him forever. He's kind of
Scorsese.
He's kind
HD2.
He's kind of fallen off the face of the map. But I used to be really good friends with Seymour Butts, Adam,
Oh, yeah, I remember Seymour, yeah.
and he took his then girlfriend Maury Posa.
Maury
Her
Povich.
too. Wow, I remember her too. She was beautiful.
Yeah, and they did I told him about hedonism. I said, and you can just film. I said, you need to go down there and do a movie with you and Maury. You can go anywhere you want in the resort and have sex.
Yep.
And he did. And I think it was called Jamaican Me Horny.
Oh, great. That very catchy name.
Oh,
Iggy, I got to bring something to you today that's going to shock you. Something I said I would never do again. I like to open with that because it really opens Pandora's box. But I'm actually going to sign this year. And the reason I said yes is because the man who's been running my website, Rob, he's from Canada. I've known him 10 years. He's a wonderful man. I introduced him to Tara Patrick 5 years ago. He takes good care of her site and her business. And so everybody I've introduced him to, he's been so kind to. And so he came to me at Exotica and he's like, hey, Elevated X is going to have a booth at AVN. We'd really love for you to sign. And I said to him, I need to think about this. So I thought about it for 3 weeks. And then I got back to him and I realized I should do this more for him and his business. Tara agreed that she would go and we could sign side by side. So she's going to come over from Italy. So I get to spend time with her. But I'm not going to go to the awards show. I'm not going to go to any things. But if you're planning on going to AVN, I will do my best to help you. I could probably get a +1 if you need a badge to interviews. So, yeah.
This is huge,
think
Iggy.
about it.
This is huge.
No, the badge is. I would have that for the interviews.
Oh, they give you one for free?
Yeah.
He's a working journalist.
I would.
You're right.
I thought you were gonna. If you were gonna say,
He's a little insulted that you didn't know that.
I thought she was talking about a +1 for the award show because I've never never gotten into the award show.
I'm flying out Saturday night, but I mean, if somebody offers me tickets, I can give them to you.
That'd be great.
I could work on
I'm not
that,
going,
but I'm gonna fly out Saturday night. Yeah.
You don't like to go to the awards show, Lisa?
No, I will not go to the award show, and also it's great for me because I can sign for 3 days and fly back and be back in New York by 7 a.m. and still be able to watch football all day on Sunday.
Perfect.
So it's really
I think Biff's going.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going.
Okay, well, that's big news here because I said I would, after 2013, I said I would never sign at AVN again.
Yeah, you said you don't even go anymore. You hate going.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't, but you got to make compromises in life for people that have been good for you, good to you.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could help their brand and also a good reference for other performers that are looking to work with their
That's good. That's huge for the AVNs because they've kind of gone downhill. Even before COVID, a lot of the booths stopped going. I don't even think Lansky doesn't own that anymore. But
Right.
they stopped those big booths. I don't even think Brazzers has a booth anymore. So it's kind of gone downhill. So that's a huge get for them to have you there.
And now it's at Resorts World, which I don't know about you guys, but to me, Resorts World sounds like a home you go to when you're old.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't even know where Resorts World is.
It's where the Hard Rock was. And it's
Oh, it's called Resorts World now? The Hard Rock's called the Resorts World?
Yes.
Really? God,
It's
that's a
supposed to be
hack
beautiful.
name. I thought Richard Branson's company, Virgin, was buying that.
I think it is his company, and it's funny.
Surprised he
Thank you for
came up with a
agreeing.
hack name like that.
It is a hack name. Thank you. I thought it was just me that was seeing this
it's
as like
super hack.
a weird retirement Resorts World. I'm like, this is Vegas, but yes, it's at Resorts World.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We're learning a lot of good stuff today. This is riveting radio. I'm sure your listeners are stoked.
It's like the first day of school.
Before we go to the two-parters, send them in 314-881 TMA5 Engineer Design Facilities Text Inbox. Lisa Ann, brought to you by Tullamore Dew here every Friday for Fantasy Football Fridays. A couple of things. Are you still a woman in love and engaging in coitus multiple times an evening? Where do things stand here?
Yes, I am, but we've only had one evening since I got back. This work schedule of mine, I got a lot going on. I've been having to catch up on a lot of stuff because I was gone for almost 3 weeks. If you think about Exotica was one weekend, then I went to Switzerland, then I went out to LA. So we fit in one very active evening. But, I have my friends, like my girlfriend Laura had requested that I make her a home-cooked meal. So that was on the books. I have all these people landing on the books. I cooked last night Italian meatballs from scratch, pasta, sauce from scratch. I went all out and we sat here, we ate, we caught up. So the other requests come in, and the guy I should probably prioritize more, but at the same time, balance is key. So yes, we're making up for lost time at all times. There's no even reason to talk. When he comes over, I'm like, we can talk, we can text when we talk, but let's just, make up for lost time and get our numbers back up. Very important quota.
Mm-hmm.
The sexual quota. As Doug, I'm sure you know when you're home on the weekends, sexual quota is very important to keep up.
Quota is extremely important.
In a
What is your
happy
quota?
marriage like yours, what do you try and make sure you get in? How many times a week and how many times a weekend for you guys, Doug?
Just a couple hundred.
And look at Doug. I mean, he's essentially calloused at this point. Well, I'll tell you. That is hot, and I like it, and I like it a whole lot. The recovering alcoholic starts things off here and says, hey, Tim, serious text. Hey, Lisa, want to grab a couple slices with my wife and I at Joe and Pat's later this month?
Ugh.
Doug, that's a date.
Joe and Pat's where?
All I can do is read what's sent in, and I have no idea.
Probably New York. I don't think there's a Joe and Pat's here.
I think Joe and Pat's is in Philly, though. I'm just not sure. But, yes, I'll do the slices if we can figure out, if we can pin down a location.
Oh, look at that. The recovering alcoholics are in.
You guys have to buy. And the wife speaks to me first.
There you go. Some parameters have been set.
Yeah, kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Loomster. She spoke to you. She spoke to you first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had the date at Olive and Oak.
That's how they won, because she...
Gosh, Olive and Oak was such a great spot. I think whenever I see them on Instagram, I'm like, man, I want to go back there. It's beautiful, and the food was so good.
It is a great spot.
It's
really
a great spot.
Really quality people will own and operate it. It's a great place.
It's great. I love the couple that I went to meet with.
That's why the Loomster, Doug, I think he's going to be Listener of the Year.
He's in the running for sure.
Lisa and I have Landry and Cook. Should I keep either one of them? Also, when is the last time you dated a guy who wears Nautica regularly? It had to be pre-2000, right? Thanks. It's Steve in Wildwood.
I mean, Nautica pre-2000, I'm saying 1992, before Marshalls and TJ Maxx took the brand as well as Tommy Hilfiger and just pushed it down the drain.
Iggy, Iggy, that's going to smart. Words. Iggy is a proud Nautica wearer, and when people challenge his fashion, he says, how many of you people can afford Nautica?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Oh, come on. What other text talking about somebody's wardrobe would it be about me?
Okay, so Landry and Cook, I don't know what to say about Cook at this point, but I do think you should hold on to Landry. If you had to make the decision, I'd let Cook go. Seems no real interest in playing, even though he was back in practice this week. He wanted to get traded. It didn't happen. It's like when you want to break up with somebody and they're like George on Seinfeld, like, no, we can't break up. So Landry would be the keep there.
I didn't check yesterday, but is Josh Allen out for sure?
I'm a little worried. I got him on one of my teams, Lisa, and it's a
You got to
problem.
be worried. Do you have a backup quarterback, Tim?
No, I'm trying to make a deal, and people don't like to make trades.
Well, who's on the wire? I mean, there's got to be some scrub out there that you can band.
I was looking at it last night. I felt like my best option, especially considering the matchup, might be Jacoby Brissett.
Why not?
You agree with my play. All right, that makes me feel better.
But remember something, you're only going to use Brissett for 1 week because Deshaun Watson. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, Deshaun Watson comes back next week. So you'll only be able to use him for 1 week, but I think this is a pretty good matchup. So that's there. Who was another option?
That one stood out to me. I guess I would drop Deion Jackson, right? Because Taylor's going to play this weekend. Is that correct?
And
It looks
Deion
like
wasn't at practice all week this week, so
Yeah.
you can drop Deion, which is a bummer because he had a good moment.
let's
I'm so
see.
sorry, Iggy, about the Nautica. I had no idea.
I have like 1/4 zip and I have one golf shirt. That's
Oh,
it.
so now you're downplaying Nautica.
No, I love Nautica. It's just I don't have a ton of them.
You
You're not
throw away your
buying it
stuff
at-
too.
You're not buying it at full price. You are going to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, right?
Oh, I go to Macy's and I usually get on the last stack rack.
Because, they always have sales at Macy's. Macy's is just a different name for TJ Maxx or Marshalls with better coupons.
Yeah,
Right?
I,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of going.
I got a Macy's credit card too. so.
Brissett, Davis Mills, Tannehill, Pickett, Heineke. I would say that's as good as it's going to get
That's
for
as
you.
good as it's going to get. That's
And
pretty
Ellinger,
sad.
who hasn't exactly been magical, but maybe Jeff Saturday's going to open up the playbook.
Maybe.
If he knows what a playbook is.
He was only an all-pro.
Get it.
I get it. But, it was a
So you would go
wild
Brissett, I
hire.
assume?
Yeah, I'm going
Okay,
Brissett
all
right
that's
there.
what I'll do. Yeah, what do you think of the Jeff Saturday thing?
I think it's wild. How does these conversations happen? Now, it's an interim situation, so they don't have to go through the normal, shall we say, protocols to hire a coach. But I think for everyone that's in broadcast or you now have an opportunity mid-season to become a coach. So
Nice,
that
Doug. You
opens
want to
up a
coach?
world, You know what I'm saying? I will miss him. He used to do a pancakes segment on Greeny every Tuesday morning, and I already felt the burn of the no pancake segment because I listen to Greeny every day. And so, it's an adjustment for those of us who like to listen to Saturday.
Let me see what I got here. People are asking about the Raiders wide receiver situation. Mac Hollins. I had Renfro and Waller, so I was hit by that news yesterday. And I went and picked up Mac Hollins, and I see we had a question, but I've lost
You
it.
kind of have to because there's no other show in town, right?
Yeah.
Could this finally mean Devontae Adams gets the shares that he needs of the work? But Darren Waller managers, I know I'm one of them. This has just been, I wish they would have ripped the Band-Aid off earlier so we could have made better plans. You strung us along, like questionable, injured. Now it's like, okay, he's definitely out.
Yeah, no, it's 4 weeks. So at least here it is. Hollins or Allen Robinson for my flex. Also, need to start Deion Jackson or Brian Robinson in a desperate play due to buys. Second part, when you said I'll be seeing you later at the Dotem while Cletus was sexually harassing me, did I miss my chance? Like Iggy and Dillian Harper mentioning the size of his bed. I haven't slept since. Thanks. That's from the Horny Banker. I guess he was thinking that maybe you were interested in him. I don't know the Horny Banker. Do you guys know the Horny Banker?
I don't. No.
I think we should just ruin his day and say, yes, you did miss your chance.
Oh,
You'll go
my
back
God.
on seconds. I hope this
no.
flips your Friday yay upside down. But yes, that was your chance. Obviously, someone saying "see you later" has a huge. It's kind of a huge impact. It's kind of like when I was a kid and I was growing up and I was going to school. I remember my brother once said to me, "Never make eye contact with any of the boys in school." And I was like, "Why can't I make eye contact?" He says, "As soon as you make eye contact with a boy, that means you want to be with him, right?" And I was like, "I believe this," because he also told me he could blow up my head with my braces with the remote control when I was like 10.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? He would point the remote
What a delight.
control at me. He was a delight. And so I believe that, and I always kept my eyes down, So I guess the same thing is saying I'll see you later is similar to the eye contact thing. So yes, to the banker. Now, Allen Robinson, I can't trust Robinson, and I didn't trust him all season, but now you got a Matt Stafford concussion. That's really concerning as well. So I'm out on Robinson. When it comes to your running back, you will go Robinson in that situation. So there are your plays for your weekend, and also I'm super sorry that we didn't get it on.
Yeah, that was an opportunity, Horny Banker, and now that's when you're going to have to think about the rest of your life.
Rest of your life.
Does Green Bay have anybody coming back at wide receiver this week?
I'm not sure yet. We're still waiting on those questionable tags to be turned into. Of course, we'll see who does the walkthrough or practice today. But Green Bay is facing my Dallas Cowboys. So whether they have them coming back or not, this defense is going to shred Green Bay on Sunday.
Hey, Lisa Ann, Ron Bartel or Ty Hill from my cornerback flex this week. And also we basically went right from summer temperatures to winter temperatures here in St. Louis. So Doug was concerned we missed ass-eating season. He said he'd prefer mud chest November.
Okay,
I think I'm
that's
on board.
enough.
That's Alan Dadeville.
I think because of, global warming, we can no longer allow that to dictate ass-eating season, right? I mean, it's really important that we fit these things in and we adapt. So, Doug, don't worry about it. Be flexible. And you know what? For you, I don't even think it's a season. I think you could just enjoy it whenever you want to.
Okay, that's plenty.
There you go. That's good. That's good counsel. Lisa Ann, is the Fields hype legit? And if my married buddies make me sleep on the floor and then summon me to bed for a sympathy fondle, is that an MMF? Thanks. That's from the bastard James Hahn.
That is for sure an MMF. I would say it
nice.
wasn't.
Iggy had an MMF.
Yeah, if they went to the floor with you, it wouldn't be. But since they summoned you to the bed, it definitely is. I do believe the Fields hype is real. I think this kid's finally feeling the confidence that he needed. He's got some rhythm. He's got that hot hand thing going on, and it's perfect because, for young quarterbacks to be in a rut is the worst thing. It's part of a mental game. I listen to a lot of players that seek sports therapists, and that's one of the things they have to remember is to forget about the game the week before, forget about the fodder that they're hearing about them. Now Justin Fields is not only playing well, but he's getting to hear the confidence surrounding him, so I think the hype is real, and we're seeing what we thought we would see when he came into the league.
How much did he rush for last week?
Oh, he went off. I know.
Like 160 yards, I think.
Yep. But, that's going to be what hurts Buffalo the most this week if Josh Allen doesn't play. Now you can play Singletary, you can play all the running backs in Buffalo, but 80% of their rushing has come from Josh Allen. So that's really going to affect that team in a big way.
So what does that mean for Singletary and Hines? And
it means they're going to get work finally.
Yeah,
they're
right.
finally going to get some action.
And if you watch Green Bay, even though they lost, Buffalo can't stop anybody running the ball.
No. Well, yeah. And also, Buffalo getting beat by the Jets was kind of deflating as well.
Let me get one or two more. Hey, this is from Mr. Licks.
Just one-parters are fine.
Well, these are two, though. Hey, Lisa Ann, big fan. First part, do you like the Cowboys' defense this week? Second part, if you belong to a second-rate country club and found out the other members were either Enterprise rental car managers or Northwestern Mutual salesmen, should you leave the country club? That's from Mr. Licks.
I would, you work the angle at the country club that you're at. We take what we can in this world. I would try to get discounts with those products, and I would find out what other things. There might be a grocer that works there that could let you know when your local market is having some sort of specials, BOGOs, buy one, get one. Sure. And I do believe in the Cowboys D this week and for the rest of the season. So you've already got through that bye week. Keep them on your team and worry about nothing because Diggs alone in our defense is unbelievable, and I think it's a good smash spot for Dallas this week at Lambeau.
Jackson and I had a heated argument on our 101 ESPN show yesterday when he put the Vikings as one of his top 3 teams in the NFL. Now, I recognize the record is outstanding, but I think it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors. So I'm just curious. Doug loves power rankings.
I do.
And what your top 3 teams in the NFL would be.
I do think, I wouldn't put the Vikings as my number 1, but I'm looking at them in a big way. We're not even accepting the fact they have a 7-1 record, but you got to put the Philadelphia Eagles in that top spot. Undefeated so far in the season. They're playing both sides of the ball incredibly well. They're going to be at home. You know how hard it is playing the link up against Washington, who now there's another lawsuit, like the DA. This is like something you'd see on Billions. The DA is now still serving the NFL and the Washington Commanders. Now there's going to be a new owner, so they're going to change their name again. Like, so crazy. So I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles first. I still have to go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though the rhythm is not what we thought, we expected more points from Mahomes. Mahomes could be down by 24 points and pull it out.
He's done it so many times.
So many times. I think he likes doing it. I think he likes saving gas in the tank for the second half. Mecole Hardman is starting to come on. And then I would put Minnesota right there behind them.
You take them over the Bills. Heads up, neutral site. You're taking the Vikings. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second.
I think that we're seeing the weaknesses in Buffalo. I do. You get beat by the Jets. That is a sad state of affairs. That should have never happened.
Jackson, I mean, you have to feel validation if Lisa Ann is on your side.
Yeah, I'm flooding with vindication right now.
Flooding with vindication is what he's.
I can't help myself.
I mean, I just saw some really great Christmas sweaters that said, "I saw Zach Wilson kissing mom under the Christmas tree." And I was like, must purchase. Online necessity purchase.
And then the final one, this is, I don't know if this is dated or not. It says, Lisa Ann, should I start Mark Bulger or Mark Rippon?
Dated.
Also, how can I catch my brother's eye? He's infatuated with his girlfriend, but she doesn't appreciate him like I do. I mean, that chiseled jaw and those broad shoulders, she doesn't deserve him. That's from the Dogtown Astro fan.
Say brother or brother-in-law?
Brother.
He said brother.
God almighty.
Straight up brother. He's going straight up brother. I think you save this for the holidays. I mean, we're coming up on Christmas. Get out that mistletoe. Nobody can say no under the mistletoe.
You're promoting incest on the show.
Well, we're answering questions.
Holiday love. I'm not,
We're
but
answering-
it is mistletoe, and if somebody brings it out, you got to kiss them, right?
Doug, I know that we've done that
That's the
stuff.
rule.
on
We
a
haven't
holiday
done it.
party.
I've tried it many times, and I can push
How's it work
away.
for you?
It hasn't.
Okay, well, there you go.
Iggy, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, put the Nautica
Well, it
on.
hasn't been a brother, but
Yeah, get a Nautica ornament and put the mistletoe on that.
I wish I was going to the AV and I'd dress in all Nautica.
that
Lisa
would be
Ann, it is
hilarious.
always. I hope you get a chance to have lots and lots of sex this weekend. Maybe trib. That's what I would really like to happen, and enjoy the festivities this weekend on the NFL Sunday and Monday night. Fun
And
game.
Jackson, by the way, I got an update on the sneakers. He's hoping to get them in December. He believes fourth time is the charm. Doug, make sure you stay hydrated this weekend when you're getting in those hundreds of sessions.
Okay.
And everybody have a great weekend and enjoy the games.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right,
Ann. Have a
thank you,
wonderful
gal.
weekend. There she is, the great Lisa Ann here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. I would like to tell the people about Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, and Doug, right now I want to talk to the 20-somethings and maybe the 30-somethings too who have not gotten a financial advisor yet.
They should.
Thank you. That's it. That's all I need to tell you.
All right.
And if you're looking for someone, how about trying Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. Mark Hanna is with Evergreen Wealth Strategies, and he's someone I have gotten a chance to know, I think, about 4 years now, and I think the world of. Not just his acumen in the financial industry, but also his character. And he's somebody I lean on and have leaned on for career decisions. I just think incredibly highly of him, and therefore it's easy for me to recommend him to our audience. 314-889-0503. Everyone needs a financial advisor, and I'm telling you, getting started, the earlier the better. It truly, truly is. 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. And check out Mentality at lowtusa.com. Go to lowtusa.com. It's FDA-approved testosterone treatment. Board-certified physicians who work with most insurance. I have been out there, and I have enjoyed how easy it is to get tested and to know where things stand, to know what I need to do. And that's what Mentality does for you at lowtusa.com. You're in and out in 15 minutes. Super friendly. I know a lot of TMA listeners have gone out there, and they can tell you the same thing. Testosterone therapy helps men regain normal function and restore their ability to perform normally at all levels. Compete at work and sports like you did years ago. Now, even if you've tried testosterone before, not everyone understands the blood chemistry in men's bodies, and that's where Mentality can help. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. Online at lowtusa.com. It's 9:33 in St. Louis, and that means you have about 12 or 13 minutes to get your design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Ellen Foley with a nice lead, but there's Danny Tanner, there's Hey Phil, there's Twink Toilet, there's Dogtown Ty, and there is Kevin Miller. All with one win so far, one back of Ellen Foley, and Kevin Miller is trying to put himself in the conversation for Listener of the Year. It's fun to see this guy really achieve what he's achieving in 2022. In the second half of 2022, Doug, you were saying he wasn't even on your radar in the first half of 2022, and now he's all over your radar.
He's getting older. You thought he would hang it up by now, but seems to have saved the best for last.
It's fun to see at the right time, too.
He's got to be 90.
He is 88. He goes by Wayne.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And he's won 2 in a row, 2 months in a row.
The month of September and the month of October.
This guy, man. Found the fountain of youth somewhere.
The morning after at InsideSTL.com. See if you can beat Kevin Miller. Design Air Heating and Cooling. Email today. The prize for the month of November, a signed Maitland Ward book is the prize for the month of November. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. And before we go to our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, we go to the Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the week.
Okay, that'd be interesting. Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Cuts of the week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at BertarelliCo.com. Cut 1.
I was driving on 70 one day, and I noticed a woman had run out of gas. So I pulled her over to see if she needed any help. She said, yes, but I'm late for picking up my husband and his mistress.
She's picking up the husband and the mistress? She's a good sport.
It is sporting.
That's
Any chance you could drop me off? As we got to the house where the couple was, my wife said, I know this will sound weird, but would you want to join us? I couldn't pass it up. We went back to the house. The ladies got undressed immediately.
Oh, did they?
Me and the other guy just watched in awe of the beautiful breasts as they started caressing each other. He started playing with himself.
Oh,
that makes it out.
I was a little taken back. I was a little taken back since I don't know any of these people. But I was aroused at the same time. The younger of the two women came over to me and started unbuckling my pants. See, I could go on for hours.
I mean, look at that. Like Jackie Collins is in studio with us.
Hunter S. Thompson.
That is how easy it is to make
That's
this
how easy it is, and that was as hot as all get out.
Were you ad-libbing? How breathy your voice got.
Yeah, I liked when you cleared your throat with the smoker's cough. That got me hard.
And when he noticed that, I think the mistress was an accidental slip there, and he goes, all right, I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say after that. I was just trying to imitate Tim. I didn't even come close. Oh. And I just did a spit take on my coffee.
Guys, I speak for everyone in the audience. I have a soft cow.
Cut
2. No, what are you doing, Iggy?
I had something.
Is a shrub? Is there a shrub on
You're
your
hitting the
microphone?
microphone.
I looked at him a corner right.
It's dust.
Brushing the microphone.
Like a cat, like a
you were
toy.
sending a signal.
I was doing some ASMR. Let me brush that mic off.
Anyone else is skin crawling?
That's ASMR.
And ASMR is supposed to get you excited or put you to sleep?
No, relax you.
It depends on who's doing it.
Oh.
If it's ting-ting,
Some people puts you to sleep. Some
on
people
chub
just
mode.
relax, just give you a tingle in the back of your neck.
Could we have a longer example, please?
Yeah, please.
Let me clean you. You look a little dirty.
Oh.
Clip that off.
Let me get a little bit up here. A little bit on the side. How does that feel? Now let me get the top right where the bangs are. Good night.
Oh, we're going to have to charge extra for this show.
I mean, this.
Who wants to go private?
Everyone probably.
The Tigers lose a heartbreaker. We got teams tipping off. The Astros just won the World Series. Matt Holliday's been named the bench coach.
Right.
And the Blues take on a tough matchup in Boston, and we have one of our hosts doing live ASMR, brushing the microphone.
Yeah.
Think of it
If
funny
this isn't good radio, I don't know what
No,
is.
it's
Would it
very
awesome
good.
if Gabe was still on the air, and
Man, we just did that. We're sorry, Gabe. We have to cut into our ASMR. It's sponsored.
I can't wait till our shower curtains come in from Amazon so we can go private after some of these sessions. I just think it'd be a nice moneymaker for us.
Yeah, I agree. Someone says we need an adult in the room. Sonia says creepy. I feel uncomfortable. Knock it off, icky man. That's
ASMR is not creepy. It's not a creepy thing.
It isn't, no.
Cut
3.
First day here, we cooked up some shrimp in the employee
What
lounge
is
here.
with the fish?
This is what we found out. Ken, this is directed in your...
Yeah, that's more him.
I don't warm it up.
You get a
I bring
chance...
it in. Doug warms it up.
Do you get a chance to watch Iggy's Facebook Lives when he cooks? Because you could be one of 7 people.
No.
Okay,
But
so
I
he-
saw Iggy bring fish one day, and he said he brought it for his co-host.
Yes, he brings it every week.
Every week he
It's
brings
so
something
kind.
to
But
us.
it is kind, and it's great fish. He's a great cook. He's a sous chef. But the first day we were here, I cooked up some shrimp in the microwave oven, and I smelled nothing. I can't smell anything. I didn't think there was a problem eating shrimp. That's all anyone could talk. Apparently, I fouled the entire station.
It is. I think we were blaming Learn that day.
Learn got blamed.
shit,
Iggy, now you got to feel even worse. Iggy and Learn. Iggy's a fan, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I heard they were dating.
See the cutout.
Stalking is a better word.
See the cutout behind you.
Yeah, have you noticed there's a cutout of her right behind
Cute.
No, Learn did warm up fish one day, and Donnie Fandango went ballistic because she warmed up fish and Brussels sprouts.
Oh, nice. I like
And
that.
Fandango went nuts, but it seems like we always get blamed for it because of the first shrimp smell. Whenever there's fish smell back there, it's always the morning show did it.
And then you bring the fish in here?
No, I ate it in there.
Oh,
One
okay. I
time,
was gonna
Iggy brought
say,
a
this
scallop.
is a small room.
Yeah, Iggy warmed up one scallop, and I'm not kidding. It was like a mustard gas bomb just exploded.
And there was a lot of frustration from the staff in the building when that happened.
The first time is cute. The second time is a problem.
We were threatened to be put on HD3.
Yep. Relegated is what it was.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
We're not doing 30-hour weeks. I'm doing 15, but
You balling.
Well, you can work
You're ahead
however
of the
many
curve.
you want.
Yeah.
But also
He's
your
already in
income is
2050.
your income is likely to be determined by how hard you work. Not in
Well,
all
but,
cases, but in most
not in my
cases.
case.
What do you mean not in your case? If you worked more hours, if you had another
No,
job,
you
you'd
said
be
harder.
making more money.
You said harder. You didn't say more hours. You said harder.
Well,
You
I'm
work
saying
harder in your
both.
job. I can't work any less harder.
I gotta
I
write that
can't
down.
work any less harder.
It's gonna be in the new P&G Open.
Does that mean you can't work any harder than you are now? Or you can't work any less than you are now?
Well, I don't know how much harder I can work.
Come on. You're pulling a 3-hour shift now. How much can one man endure?
I don't know how he does
I don't know
it.
what else there is for me to do.
I don't know how he does it.
You got some stamina, bro.
I mean, if Jackson asks me to help with something, I will. I just don't know what he...
Well, here you'd maybe have to get a job somewhere else for the rest of the day.
I'm not talking about a job someplace else. I'm talking about this job.
That's what I'm talking about. Usually, the harder you work, the better off you're going to be. Usually.
Well, usually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that would work for you too. If you had a second job.
Flying right now.
Oh, God,
It's like a
it's
slot
brutal.
machine, it looks like it.
It's gotta be brutal. This was said. I don't think I can work less harder.
I mean, I can get a job as a Walmart greeter. I wouldn't work any harder. I'd just stand there. Yeah, where's the bike aisle? I don't know. Just walk over there, you'll find it.
Well, to
Probably
some,
make more money, but I'm not going to work hard.
to some
Look up and
degree,
look for the bikes.
to some degree, just the fact that you're going to another job and
Right.
putting in the time would be considered working
Agreed.
harder.
Opportunity
Agreed
cost.
Completely.
Well, it's not going to happen, so.
No, I know it's not going to happen. That's completely out of the question.
And those were the cuts of the week.
Doug, you sit there and you go, okay, you know what? We went to journalism school, and for the first 15 years you were on the show, you thought maybe you didn't need to. But now after hearing that, you're going, okay, I needed to.
Because we learned to double check our facts and get two sources with everything we talk about before we open our mouths. So for sure, you couldn't do this without a journalism degree.
Thank you.
You couldn't be
Because
done.
I almost have one.
Yeah.
Worst mistake I ever made.
Yeah, I think we're all in that boat. Well, at least we found our way here.
Thank
We
you.
can
We
put
are
our
lucky.
journalism chops to work.
Thank you.
Because if we weren't here, I don't know what we'd be doing.
Hey, Tim, Ken's on his phone again. He's playing. Thanks. That's from Harrison's Brother Master. Iggy is not here, so that was sent in before.
Right.
That was sent in 10 minutes ago, actually.
He was called out on assignment. Hubbard Corporate in Minneapolis called him again with something else he needed to do.
Hey, Iggy, this is Stan.
Oh, God. Iggy just missed. Harrison's Brother Master was ratting on you
Well,
about playing on your phone during the show.
I was on a TikTok black hole during Lisa Ann, so I
Were you?
apologize.
Checking emails.
I like the construction tips.
I do too.
I
like them.
love
I
that.
probably never
I
use them,
can't-
but I like
never.
watching them.
Jackson, what would you like to tell the audience? You need to tell them something. I know you're about to go tell the audience wonderful things on Balloon Party, but what would you like to tell them here on TMA?
I'd like to talk to you about the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
You know, you've gotten to know Trish a little bit. She calls in every
Oh,
Tuesday.
she got married at Hedonist.
She
sure
got-
did,
she-
yeah.
we talked about Hito today.
She put some pictures up on the fan page, and I said, that's a mistake.
She made the P&G Open.
She did, yeah, she did. Well, the Wolfpack not only knows how to have fun, but they're experts in the STL real estate market and check all the boxes. Doug, 5 pillars. They got experience, a team of agents with over 20 years of real estate sales experience. They got expertise, thousands of homes sold in the Mound City proper and the metro area. Success. They're an award-winning Zillow Premier team. They got strategy, proven processes that take you from planning to close and beyond. And the final and possibly most important pillar is maximum return on investment. Wolfpack looks at each individual situation and structures a commission plan tailored to max out your ROI. All of this while sponsoring TMA. Even if you're planning for 2023 or if your plans are a little up in the air, give Trish a text or a call today to begin informal preliminary discussion. It's never too early. Reach out today for a no-pressure consultative meeting to discuss your goals. You have a real estate question? Text Trish at 314-807-WOLF. It couldn't be easier. Join the pack. They've got your back.
Nice.
Do they really call St. Louis the Mound City area proper?
Isn't that what it is?
It's, yeah, I mean, they're
What else
just
would you
telling
call
the
it?
truth.
Okay.
Trashy.
I didn't know. I
Haven't
guess
you lived here
that's-
most of your life?
Yeah, and I never heard that. The Mound City.
Maybe
Where
you
you
didn't hear
from?
Vince Scully's call of Matt Adams' home run. Plowek, you wouldn't happen to have that available. It's 2014, and the Cardinals were facing really a rather tough spot. As if the Cardinals were to lose, they would have to head back to Los Angeles as heavy underdogs for the deciding 5th game. And there's Vince Scully on the call of Matt Adams versus Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw.
Okay.
Take a listen.
And
if
what do you
would.
have to say?
I don't know if I have that.
Oh, for heaven's
I
sake.
tried to drag out my intro as long as
No,
I
you're
could.
fine. I just don't
tried.
know.
They're
I
going
failed.
wild.
I tried. I
I
failed.
don't think we have.
Well, it's on the
Oh,
YouTubes.
no.
Aren't when you're talking about the mounds, isn't that Cahokia Mounds in
Yeah.
Illinois?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So we're the Mound City area proper now.
That's correct.
Well, it could be Chris Berman if you're doing a home run derby in St. Louis. Back. It's to the Mound City.
Wonderful.
Which would be way into Illinois. But he wouldn't.
Well, it's
know
not
that.
way in there. It's just in Cahokia.
Well, it'd be a pretty good home run to hit it
Well,
to the
but
Mound
he's
City.
exaggerating just for
Well,
that.
I know he's exaggerating.
Okay.
Well, we can only think about what it sounds like.
So next time we're on vacation somewhere and someone says, "Where are you from?" we should say, "I'm from the Mound City area proper."
That's right.
And you think they would have the first clue where that is?
I love telling people I'm from St. Louis and they get like that sour, like they just ate a warhead.
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
Isn't that nice? Still alive?
Really? Can we see?
Ever been wounded?
Can we see your bullet wound?
Jackson, is everything in the filtered file that needs to be in there?
Yep.
See, Kevin Miller didn't make the cut.
Did he not? He just sent it in then.
Oh, because I didn't know if he was going.
I'll throw it in there.
All right, throw
JV
it.
Golf Coach got denied, unfortunately. I love
Really? What happened?
I love JV Golf Coach, but this one it's
Doug, we can't lose Hubbard's radio station license.
yeah,
Lucky.
it's not his best work. He's a great guy and he sends in great emails.
Loves
but-
America. I know he loves America.
Yeah, and so this isn't an indictment on him personally. Just some days you don't have it.
All right, fair enough. Well, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Things happen for a reason. Tim didn't read my email yesterday because it wasn't good enough for Tim to read, and that's on me. On a scale from 1 to 10, Tim's an 11. But this email isn't about undeniable facts that ought to be taught in every school in the free world. It's about the magic of an unexpected sexual experience in the middle of the day. I was aggravated that the plumber's truck was blocking Edian Park. Like, is it Edian Park or is it Edie?
Edian Park.
Edian Park. So I got out to give him a piece of my mind. And all of a sudden, here comes some blonde carrying mistletoe. As I was ready to berate him, he put his finger on the top of my lip and said, "Wait for it." With that, his lawn sprinkler system kicked on, and we were both immediately drenched, a.k.a. excessively moist.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Oh, you
through his
defined
pants?
the word.
Right through his pants?
And that is the story of the time I gave a guy a handy whilst holding his manhood through his khakis.
No.
That's from Bruce. The middle initial is D, and then the last name is Lips.
Bruce Lipes. He's new.
Oh, hey there. I couldn't email in yesterday. Prolapsed rectum and all. You know how it goes. Anyways, my friends texted me yesterday about the joys of pegging. Lots of good points raised in the conversation about the intimacy it can bring to a relationship. A high number of nerve endings in the anus and the excitement of a stranger's divining rod focused on my back door water well.
No, this one got through, Jackson.
It only gets better.
I found myself pondering the experience, thinking, how would I broach the subject? Would my partner be a crafty veteran, confident in their work, like Dennis Eckersley in Oakland, or like me, a young, nubile fawn with a wide brown eye staring at him in the face? What would I even say to him to break the ice? Who's big for you? You see the latest Barrett Media sports talk show rankings? St. Gabe's was UCLA basketball before UCLA was? I guess I have more to think about. Thanks for letting me share. Again, I'm enjoying the show. That's from the Sexy Robot.
Didn't care for it. Sexy Robot.
Dear Deus, my boyfriend Simon's wife's stepbrother Tavis and I have been dogging each other's bums ever since we first met a fortnight ago. I am 42, and Tavis is a cheeky 39, and we have become fast bum chums.
Oh.
I'm starting to feel for Tavis and would like him to take our throuple to a quartet. I fear Simon's wife could be hesitant since she and Tavis used to be sweethearts. What do you think I should do? Gotta scoot. Doug's microphone shadow.
Okay. Doug's microphone shadow.
Konnichiwa, boys. The Iggy book better go into the library in the fiction section because the old wannabe author can't even keep his co-author straight. On TMA all day, there are a couple of Iggy book segments.
That's eye-opening. I can tell you right now I got the wrong Ben. I mentioned the wrong Ben.
The very first time he brought the topic up, he said, Post's badge writer Joel Holloman offered to help him write the book.
I don't think I ever said Joel.
Then in another segment months later, Iggy says it's Benjamin Hockman.
It was Hoxie.
Same paper, a writer who starts with H, but he's a totally different person. Today, Orange Julius said it's Ben Fredrickson.
It was Hoxie.
Same paper again, this time a different Ben. At this rate, next time it'll be Frederick Douglass. And the next time the co-author will be Douglas Elvin Vaughn. So Doug, get to writing. He can't make up these stories on his own, obviously. That's from Brad and Boca.
Does have all three help?
In Boca.
Chip Douglas is going to write it.
Joe, Ben, and Ben.
When I entered the stall at my local Golden Corral, I knew I was in the big leagues. 400-pounders in the adjacent cans made for an intimidating mudding experience. But I remembered where I came from and what got me here. I remembered the 4 plates of crab legs and fried chicken I consumed that made me something special. I extruded my firm sludge into the commercial turlet below, but halfway through, pushing it got stuck. I thought I had blown my chance to show my talents, but I heard the walruses in the neighboring stalls chant, Danny, Danny, Danny. My eyes welled, and I mustered the strength to break the bowl beneath my hole. I was carried out of that bathroom on the hairy shoulders, and my competition was given a hero's farewell. It's from Danny Tanner.
Didn't like it. Danny Tanner. Man, has he got vile.
So I mailed in last Friday about Mr. Licks and his UPS job. Looks like that dork asked for a position change and is now delivering packages. I know this because I was expecting a package yesterday and it came, but the box was empty. Looking at the footage from a Ring doorbell camera, Meemaw confirmed it was #1 dork listener of TMA. There was also a note inside that read, if you want your Llama Llama books, it'll cost you $32,000. First, those books are for my nephew's birthday. Who steals Llama Llama books? Second, isn't $32,000 how much that villa in Jamaica was going to cost? This idiot can't afford it and is now trying to extort me for it so he can brag to Triple Dubs that he has the money to afford it. Hey, Doug, how do you like my nickname for the Warson Woods Wacko? Triple Dubs. Lols. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, Mr. Licks, keep collecting L's against myself and Meemaw. Loser. Boy, Jimmy Boeheim and the Orange look tough this year, Doug. That's from Hey Phil.
Okay. Hey Phil.
And finally, Iggy should name his book Lies, More Lies, and Misquotes of Himself. I'd like to hear more about getting fired from St. Louis Country Club for not sleeping with the daughter/niece of some prominent St. Louisans. The Bermuda years, banging tourist daughters after cooking their steak Diane, Leona Helmsley, Anna Cardente, Champagne Tony, Lima's niece, A pastry chef named Mesfin getting fired from the Bermuda job over union squabbles, then get into his radio career, Kegler's Corner, Fairways and Greens, pretending to be other people in order to get Tiger Woods on the phone, getting fired by Claves, the Springfield years with Ned Reynolds, getting fired for being too popular, the trip to Edo with Denny P., Sherman Helmsley, Judy Tenuta, and Vern Troyer's cousin, all the various MMFs and cuck situations, banging Terry Weigel while her husband Merle filmed, getting peed on in the bushes by the guy who was cucking, then producing for TMA, audio postcards, interviewing old actresses about getting naked decades earlier, phone sex with Susan Ansbach, leaving TMA to be executive producer of 1380 The Woman, bounce paychecks, returning to TMA, hijacking segments, and retelling the same stories over and over and over, where he's confused how the texters know what story he's going to tell before he tells them, blurring the line between popular or producer and host by simply refusing to do any producing work, while simultaneously being the most entertaining part of the presentation. Again, I am enjoying the show. Doug, that's from the great, and I mean the great, Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope.
That's going to be a lot of book.
Buck Swope.
Well, it's going to be an award-winning book.
Things I didn't even think of.
Doug, it's taken notes. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today.
Well, there was
so much to work with.
Pretty good ones. I thought Brad and Boca was good. Hey Phil was all right. Bruce DeLipes was okay. I'm going to go with Buck Swope.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Buck Swope.
I really feel good for a guy that accomplishes so much where he's lifted up on the shoulders, so I'm going to go with Danny Tanner.
He was vile.
Yeah, I respect that. That had to be an emotional scene when he was carried out of the restroom. But Buck Swope is just one that is
how about that? Yeah, that's nice. Good for Buck. I'm not sure he's ever won one before.
Is that right?
Yeah, he has.
I don't remember him winning.
Last time you two voted for him.
I don't remember him winning.
I think last week.
Did he win one last week?
It might be the end of October.
Well, it's a nice little W for him.
Pepper and Genie is coming up next. What's on the docket?
I have no clue.
You don't make it quick, easy, and painless.
Okay, you got to go camping.
Got a day ahead of me.
Maybe just promote.
You're down. Come on.
Lift your dauber up.
Yeah, maybe we'll just promote Gobble Bowl.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Away.
That's next Saturday?
We got a 2-minute open.
That'll fill some time.
Yeah.
I love that.
The only show you can go smoke during the open, come back, and it's still not over.
Yeah. It's what the people wanted. It's what they got.
Yeah. People want you to do more smoking.
We'll come up with something.
Well, there you go. That's a great tease. Gabe is going to be with us talking it over. Doug, the uniforms are out tomorrow against Tennessee.
How do they look?
Black pants, black helmet, oval tiger. I think black face mask, Jackson?
Yep. White jersey.
White jersey. So you'll be seeing those for years to come.
Just upset. The black jersey. Go all black.
This is going to be a nightmare for Tennessee fans. Rondo, we're going to get him on Monday after Missouri ruins their chances of winning a national championship. So just be ready for that Monday. Time for us to shut it down for the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, from Beverly Kemp, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, and Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Closing out the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Maggie O'Brien's downtown location. Just reopening at 11 o'clock today after 4 months of renovation. Go see Eddie McVeigh.